He's the king around here, the king of the news, the king of the tea, hot tea, real tea, hot key. He the best, low key, y'all press, ringing his bell, giving him hell, waving his band, bitch gon' stand. King Pain in the house, King Pain in the house. Hit that light, drop them crowns, flood the chat. But that's the bitch could never. But that's the bitch could never. Okay, let's start the show. Let's go, lights, camera, action. Let's go, we ready, we shady from the chat to the stage. Can't like to engage. It's the king with the crown. Put respect on his name. You're a critter. He's a winner. King Pain in the house. King Pain in the house. Hit that light. Drop them crowns. Flood the chat. That's the bitch could never. That's the bitch could never. King Pain in the house, King Pain in the house. Hit that light.
Like this video, like this video, like this video.
Flood the chat. That's the bitch could never. That's the bitch could never. He's the king around here, the king of the news, the king of the tea, hot tea, real tea, hot key. He the best, low key, y'all press, ringing his bell, giving him hell, waving his band, bitch gon' stand. King Pain in the house, King Pain. Hit that light, drop them crowns, flood the chat. But that's the bitch could never. But that's the bitch could never. Okay, let's start the show. Let's go, lights, camera, action. Let's go, we ready, we shady from the chat to the stage. Can't like to engage. It's the king with the crown. Put respect on his name. You're a critter. He's a winner. King Pain in the house. Hit that light.
Drop them crowns.
Flood the chat.
Hey.
That's the bitch could never. That's the bitch could never. King Pain in the house, King Pain in the house. Hit that light, drop them crowns, flood the chat. That's the bitch could never. That's the bitch could never. He's the king around here, the king of the news, the king of the tea, hot tea, real tea, hot key. He the best, low key, y'all press, ringing his bell, giving him hell, waving his band, bitch gon' stand. King Pain in the house, King Pain in the house. Hit that light, drop them crowns, flood the chat. But that's the bitch could never. But that's the bitch could never. Okay, let's start the show. Let's go, lights, camera, action. Let's go, we ready, we shady from the chat to the stage. Can't like to engage. It's the king with the crown. Put respect on his name. You're a critter. He's a winner. King Pain in the house. King Pain in the house. Hit that light. Drop them crowns. Flood the chat. That's the bitch could never. That's the bitch could never. King Pain in the house, King Pain in the house. Hit that light, drop them crowns, flood the chat. That's the bitch could never. That's the bitch could never. He's the king around here, the king of the news, the king of the tea, hot tea, real tea, hot key. He the best, low key, y'all press, ringing his bell, giving him hell, waving his band, bitch gon' stand. King Pain in the house, King Pain in the house. Hit that light, drop them crowns, flood the chat. But that's the bitch could never.
No, hey.
That's the bitch stage. Hit like to engage. It's the king with the crown. Put respect on his name. You're a critter. He's a winner. King Pain in the house. King Pain in the house. Hit that light. Hit that light. Drop them crowns. Drop them crowns. Flood the chat. Flood the chat. A dusty bitch could never. A dusty bitch could never. King Pain in the house. King Pain in the house. Hit that light. Hit that light. Drop them crowns. Flood them crowns. Flood the chat. Flood the chat. A dusty bitch could never. A dusty bitch could never. He's the king around here. The king of the news, the king of the tea, hot tea, real tea, hot key. He the best, low key. Y'all press, ringing his bell, giving him hell, waving his fan. Bitch gon' stand.
Let go.
King Pain in the house.
Hey.
Pain in the house. Hit that light.
Hit that light.
Drop them crowns.
Drop them crowns.
Flood the chat. Flood the chat. A dusty bitch could never.
Let go. Hey. Let go. Hey.
Okay, let's start the show. Let's go. Lights, camera, action. Let's go. We ready. We shady from the chat to the stage. Like to engage. It's the king with the crown. Put respect on his name. You're a critter. He's a winner. King Pain in the house. King Pain in the house. Hit that light. Hit that light.
Drop them crowns.
Drop them crowns. Flood the chat. Flood the chat. A dusty bitch could never.
Right,
A dusty bitch could never.
Okay. Guys, like this video. We're back. Yes, it did. Oh, my Miami took a lot out of me. I'm just recovering. I mean, I had a lot of work to do, and however, Miami and the work and the combination just took me out. Okay, on period. I didn't know it was gonna be so much work. However, okay, we did it again. Okay, on period. Another successful production. Okay, on period. Shout out to the Crown family and our sponsors, Lala and Auntie Mickey Wynn. Yes, it did. We got some souvenirs for you guys. Yes, it did. Like this video. Lit Squad coming to the Lituation TV network soon. Okay, on period. Our new traveling show. Okay, on period. We're working on another location for February. Yes, it did. So make sure that you guys are supporting the show. Speaking of support, look, Crown family. I know. It's always something. But I've been doing these exclusive interviews, okay? And I feel like the way, okay, to get more interviews and to kind of like elevate the platform is to secure a location, okay, to where we can do the interviews. Okay, now I've done some research and I've looked at some locations, and I found one that I feel really fits the brand. Okay, on period, and I need $500. Yeah, Lord. Yes, it did. It's $500 a month. It comes with a little studio, a little, what I'm saying, sofa area to win, and it gives me access to this building, okay, on period, to where I can do my exclusive interviews. We got another celebrity interview coming up. Yes, it did. If you guys haven't got a chance to see the Tavy Baby interview on the Lituation TV network, you haven't got your subscriptions yet, okay, like my girl Tasha K, shout out to Tasha K. Okay, whenever you guys get a chance, make sure that you guys are checking out the Tasha K show. The interview will be dropping on YouTube tomorrow at about 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. around the time they released the baddies episode when okay on period give the girls a bonus, some bonus tea to digest when Tavy got into a lot of things in our exclusive interview. I put out some clips on TikTok that are doing numbers. Instagram and YouTube. Win. Thank you guys for all your support. Continue to comment and share. Win, and know that we can't do it without you. Okay, travel blog coming up. Win. We're working the New Year's party. Win. I think we're gonna do it like in parts. Okay. And make it a part of the program in the next few episodes so that we can get these gifts out of here. And to all of you for all of the support that you guys have been, you know, giving throughout the years. When, again, we can't do it without your support. You guys are the backbone of the platform. When, my. I don't know anything about a channel deactivation. I have no idea what's going on with that, honey. I hate the back to back calls. They're like the worst. Like this video, like this video, like this video. People can do that to me because they know that I always answer my phone. But when I don't answer my phone, it typically means I'm doing something. Yes, it did. Y'all like this video? Like this video? Like this video? My. Oh. So we went over the upcoming projects, the exclusive interviews, Lit Squad, Win. Yes, you did. Remember to support the show, Win. Okay, I'm here. We're trying to come up with $500. Okay, so we get this new studio. Okay, so we get this new studio, Win. Okay, on period. So I can put up this music. I can interview these celebrity guests, Win. You know what I'm saying? I can even, we're even thinking about doing a new music show, Win. Okay, on period. Something like love and hip hop aside. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Something like that. When now that we're gonna have a little studio setting. Okay, on period. So remember to support the show again. I'm trying to think. We're back. Okay, on period. Miami was lit. Content creator news coming soon. You guys have been flooding me, okay, with all kind of requests, okay, for my opinion on uh, 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 various topics. When okay, a lot of you guys are confused by my current post. Um, you know, paying $40,000 because you're scared of a bitch could never be a win. Whenever you get through. I said what in the fuck I said. A pussy hole could never. If you scared, go to church. Okay? Like what? I could think of a lot of other things I could do with $40,000 if I had a pest problem, if you know what I mean. Whenever you get through. Bitch. And with that whole situation, it's just the tip of the iceberg. We'll talk about that more in detail on the Receipts Only channel. Okay, we try to keep the mess off of the main channel. However, these celebrities are just as messy as these content creators. Okay, have you got into the Nicki Minaj Don Lemon feud? Oh my goodness, it's so messy. It is so messy when nowadays everyone is getting into politics, and you know people are in their fifis about who you are supporting, to the point where people are in fear of taking a stance. Now, whether you support Donald Trump or Nicki Minaj, some of the, I'm not going to say all, okay, on period, the reasons behind Nicki Minaj going pro MAGA are, understandable. You know, a large part of the reason Nicki Minaj joined the MAGA campaign is because of the Christians being prosecuted for worshiping in Nigeria. Like myself, okay, Nicki Minaj believes that no one should be prosecuted for their belief, which is part of the reason Nicki Minaj and Don Lemon's feud has reignited. Now, these two have been going back and forth for years, okay, but recently the feud has been reignited with Don Lemon, okay, taking his journalistic um, authority and abusing it. Absolutely. A lot of people are saying that Don Lemon did nothing wrong. However, when you go over the law, the letters of the law, and the law is the law, it is clear that Don Lemon was operating in more than a journalistic capacity. Throughout the video, okay, because he live streamed the whole incident, he kept stating that, he's a journalist and not activist. He's not here protesting. However, in the video, it is clear that he was much more involved. Like this video, like this video, like this video. Gather in close, gather in close. We've got a lot of things to get into here. Oh, and then the Epstein files drop, okay, and Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Jamie Foxx are mentioned. My. Now, this does not mean that they are guilty of anything. They haven't been tried and convicted. When these files, okay, come from anonymous tips that were submitted to the FBI hotline. And what I will say about these anonymous tips, the timing of it all is very suspicious. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I mean, Jay-Z wasn't even a thing in 1996. And the timing of the call was right around the time when Jaguar Wright started making similar allegations about Jay-Z on the Blue Sponge. My. The fishing campaign has all the receipts where, oh, the girl said that Jay-Z is guilty. My. This is the second time that he is being accused of these, of similar acts. Yes, it did. You guys all remember Jane Doe and how he shut Busby and Jane Doe die when, he was very responsive when Busby and Jane Doe filed that civil lawsuit alleging that, Jane Doe was raped by Diddy and Jay-Z. And people are speculating whether or not Jay-Z will respond to these Epstein files. I mean, after all, there is no charges. He's not being indicted. Um, However, okay, Beyonce and Jay-Z are taking major hits socially and have lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers and followers across social media platforms. My. Oh, we got all of the receipts when looks like, Kanye was right. Kanye's response to all of the allegations is, what was Jay-Z doing on the island to begin with? My. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. We got all of the receipts. This is the official King Payne show. Act like you know where you're at. We got a lot of things to get into. Crown family, remember you guys are the backbone of this platform. Gathering close. Remember to subscribe to this video. Subscribe. Make sure that all of your notifications are turned on. Yes, it is. Make sure all of your notifications are turned on. My. Gather in close. Oh, what is it doing? What is it giving? Oh, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. Gather in close. What is it giving? I don't even know what you're talking about. Like this video. Oh, Auntie Kanye was manufactured. He's controlled opposition. That's why he always disappears after exposing things. My. It's always the ones that slept on your couch. The ones that you put on. If it wasn't for Jay-Z, Kanye wouldn't be Kanye. Kanye has literally admitted on record that Jay-Z did everything for him to become Kanye. Everything that you could even think of. I mean, if you ask me, if what Kanye's alleging is true, he's just as complicit as anyone else on the list. And why is Diddy not on the list? R. Kelly, people keep making these correlations, but the fact of the matter is that they're not on the list. So how do you make the correlation? Oh, if he was friends with X, Y, and Z, but X and Y didn't make the cut. So were they not there? Just thinking out loud. Like this video. We've got a lot of things to get into where, you see the title when Nicki Minaj versus Don Lemon feud explodes. Epstein files drop bombs on Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Jamie Foxx. The official King Payne has all of the receipts and much, much more before the mess It is time for our Crown Family roll call. Let me see those crowns in the chat. Let me see those crowns in the chat. It's up and it's stuck here in the home of the lituation. Let's go. Hi, Freya. My. Like this video. Like this video. With my. I still believe people who didn't make the list have done other things. There's a lot of that. They have those parties. JB exposed it. Yeah, I'm not saying they didn't do what they've been, you know, convicted of. I'm saying, does it mean that they haven't been to the island? You know, they say that there are no travel logs, no call logs linking Pusha T, Jamie Foxx, or Jay-Z to Epstein. The only thing that links Jay-Z is this anonymous call from 2019. However, you know, Jay-Z and Weinstein have a history, and we all know what Weinstein was convicted of. Oh, R. Kelly on there? My. I didn't see that when R. Kelly made the list. My. Thank you, friend. They said R. Kelly on there. R. Kelly on there. Where Diddy? Where Diddy? I'm surprised that Diddy is not on the list. And what capacity is R. Kelly on the list? I got to go through the files. You know, they said that it's so many. So many. I don't even want to put a number on it. It's like thousands of files that were made public when. So apparently R. Kelly is on the list. Correction. Yes, it did. My. Like this video, like this video. Gather in close, gather in close. It's time for our Crown Family roll call. Let me see those crowns in the chat. Let me see those crowns in the chat. A few disclaimers before we get started. This video is not made for kids. No, it is not. And everything being shown to you guys during this video is being shown to you guys according to the Fair Use and Copyright Doctrine. This is my opinion. Mixed with receipts. Take it however you want to take it. Just don't be weird. There's so much info that just came out when, okay, on period. And it seems as though the public is only focused on the musicians, the black musicians. I guess it's more sensational. Why aren't we talking about the politicians? I hear that Clinton is all throughout the Epstein files, but I guess we already knew that. I guess we already know that. Why is it so sensationalized to see our people be torn down? It's like all of them. Is this a pattern, or does Hollywood not like to see black men in power? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the chat. Talk to me. I talk back. Yes, it did. This is the official King Payne show. Everybody's opinion is respected as long as it's not a dusty one. As a matter of fact, I'll go on and drop the link on today because you know what? I love to hear from you. I love to hear from you. So if anybody wants to come on up and chime in, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions today. The link is there in the chat. Just, you know, keep it short. 2 minutes. Okay? 2 minutes. Okay? Like this video. Like this video. Like this video. Let me see those crowns in the chat. It's up and stuck here in the home of the lituation. It's time for our Crown Family Roll call win. Let me know where you're watching from when. Okay, and how you feeling on today. Here in the home of the situation, there's no rusty, crusty, musty, dusty, raggedy, dirty, crispy, sissy, pissy, or pussy assholes alive. Win. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yeah, if you don't like what I'm saying, go on and sound off when, okay, on here. You don't have to agree with me, especially when it comes to politics. I am very much so. I mean, it's like Christianity. You're not supposed to, force anyone to believe, or you're not supposed to push your beliefs on to anyone else. When I feel like you're supposed to take the same approach to politics. When you know the heavy-handed approach is never going to work. Trying to force someone into your ideology or your beliefs, like, everyone should have the right to believe and support whoever it is that they want to support. I mean, that's politics is supposed to be about the policies and the government and the laws and justice and what aligns with you. you know a lot of people vote based upon you know their community, um and never pay attention to the politics and what they're actually voting for. And you know that's really important, because that's how you end up with presidents that don't align with your beliefs and laws that don't align with your beliefs. However, the law applies to everyone. Yes, it did. Um, Even in the Bible, it tells you, follow the laws of the land. My. We got a special guest in the house. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Hey, She Paints, what's going on?
Can you hear me? I got my earbuds.
What was that?
Can you hear? Can you hear me? Okay, I have an earbud in.
We can hear
Do
you.
I need to take it out?
Maybe. I think you might want to take it out.
Okay, let me take it out then. Hold on. Let me see how to do this.
Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to everybody
Let me
watching.
take it off real quick,
Quick!
okay?
We'll look for the quickest Twitter fingers in the chat to give us the number of the day. Let's go. Let me see those crowns in the chat. Let me see those crowns in the chat. She Paints is fixing her mic. My. Gather in close, like this video. Somebody said politics is a dirty business. It is. It is. They're all sick to me. Lord, I don't do politics, but you're right. They're leaving things out. The files were tampered with, to be honest. I don't really do politics, but with everything going on, it's like you have to um get involved. Especially when, it's the entertainment um industry, your favorite artists are all getting involved, and at some point you kind of have to, um like I said, get involved. I wouldn't say choose. I don't think it's about who is the president. um I feel like it's more about, when it comes to politics, what aligns with you. um And that's what politics is supposed to be about, whether that is the Republican view, the Democratic view, or, you're more conservative, or you left, extreme left wing, or extreme right wing. When it's more so, it's supposed to be about political view at more than who you voted for, if you know what I mean. She Paints, are you there? I think she's
hear me?
mic.
You can hear me?
We can hear you a
Oh,
little
sure.
bit. It's not sounding clear. You
I
might
got
you
my
could call
yeah.
you could call on the phone. Yeah, you call on the phone. I'll put it on the mic. Like this video, like this video, like this video. We got a lot of things to get into. I heard Robin Leach made the list as well. Lord, who ain't make the list when? Oh, exactly. And Bill Barr popped up too. Oh, my, 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 my. The question, okay, that's on a lot of people's mind is, is Beyonce going to stick by her man? Is she getting ready for another world tour? They in the studio right now working on some new music to do some damage control. Will they even respond? Let me know your thoughts in the chat. I like I said, I love to hear from you. 3 million pages. 3 million pages. Okay, 3 million pages, and Jay-Z name is on what, one? If you ask, bitch, I'm okay. Oh, period. Now, I know this is not a joke. Ain't nothing funny about this, okay? But why do I feel like that one phone call came from Jaguar? Can we take a poll? What are the odds? What are the odds when the same year that she starts speaking out, the FBI? It's not unlike Jackie to do some crazy shit. Okay, like she's said it on her platform several times that she was gonna call the FBI and do this and do that. So I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Where like this video, like this video. So Jay-Z's name, and we'll go over the receipts. Okay, Jay-Z's name was mentioned in Epstein's file via an anonymous call to the FBI in 2019. That's what that page is. It was a phone call. He's not in, again, the flight logs or Epstein's call log. They don't have anything linking Jay-Z to Epstein outside of the anonymous phone call. My. I was going to say that I never expected anything to come to fruition with Trump, and I almost suspected that they would throw the black celebrities under the bus. My. And the number of the day and the quickest Twitter fingers in the chat is 12. Like this video, like this video, like this video. The number of the day is 12. Do we have any trophies in the chat? Remember to support this video. No, we can't do it without your support. We're trying to get this money so we can get this new studio win. Okay, what is it? How do you say it? Offsite location. Okay, on period. Yes, it is, because we don't want people coming to the house. We don't want people coming to the house. We want people to meet us at the studio. At the studio. Yes, it did. Yes, we're trying to sublet the studio in, okay, on period, so that we can do our talk show, okay, on period, we can do our music, we can do some content, okay, on period, we're going to do this new reality show, this music show, yes, make sure that you guys are supporting, we need $500. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I'm telling the truth. Okay, on period, that's what we need, so we could take the platform to the next level. Who got me? Who got me? Oh, who got me? What a crown family at? What a crown family at? What a crown family at? Where's the trophies at? When we trying to take this platform to the next level? Where okay, we want this new office location the first week of February. We need this. We need this new office location like the first week of February. Mm-hmm. Pure ASAP win because we got some people that hit me up. Okay, that want interviews with, and I'm like shit. I want to do this in a strategic way. I don't want to just, keep booking studios. I want to secure a location to where, as the interviews come in, I have somewhere that we can go. You know what I'm saying? And then this will also motivate me to get in the studio, put out music, have a very comfortable setting, bring in my own engineers, etc., so on and so forth. And then it's very vibey at the studio. And, like I said, I'm inspired to create, some more a new series. So yeah, like this video, gather in close win. Remember to drop those trophies in the chat. It's up and stuck here in the home of the lituation. Let's go. Okay, from my research, okay, what I've been, seeing through, all of my research, is that Jay-Z's name is only on the anonymous call. If you have any other receipts, okay, I'll be, glad to see them. Okay. However, I do have the call here. Okay, we'll be going over it in just a minute. As long as well as a lot of other things. Okay. Alrighty. So, Crown Family roll call. You guys have like 2 minutes to get those crowns in. Let me see those crowns in the chat. Let me see those crowns in the chat. My. Oh, okay. So his name is mentioned somewhere else. But it doesn't say anything. It says that the group that should be in the streets has been bought off by Jay-Z. And that's literally the end of the email. So I understand why no one is using this, because it doesn't say anything, friend. Yeah, and this is the phone call. So this is the phone call. So this is what I'm referring to. Okay. Like this video, like this video, like this video. Hey T, hey Fred. I know that's right. I'm so glad that you can make it where. Yes, it did. What a Crown family at? What a Crown family at? Where? She old. I'm waiting for the Crown family to pull up. Okay, I'm here. Hey, Iridescent. Hey, Fred. Shout out to Iridescent Unicorn Farts in the building. We're gathering close. We got a lot of things to get into. Okay. Yes, it did. Oh, Auntie Mickey's house in the building. Hey, friend. Yes. Oh, she paints. Hey, friend. I'm so glad that you can make it. Oh, yes, it's so many pages. It's so many pages. Okay, on period. Oh, the girls are actively going through the pages. They're going through the pages word by word. Okay, on period. I'm going off of the media reports with. Okay, I don't have time to go through 3 million pages, friend. And according to the media outlets that I followed, Jay-Z name was only mentioned in the call, which is why I regurgitated that information. However, Auntie Mickey has found his name in 3 million exhibits another time when it is not alluding to anything. It's saying that he bought off the streets or something. I don't know. I don't know when. It's an email. It's the end of an email. And I guess I will have to have the rest of the email to know what is going on. Shout out to 8 with the 24 in the building. Hey, friend. I'm so glad that you can make it. Oh, Tawana. Hey, Miss Tawana. In the building is up and is stuck with. My. We got a lot of things to get into. We're going to be all over the place today. I hope that you guys are ready. Oh, shout out to Road Nerd in the building. Hey, friend. I know that's right. I know that's right. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to everybody watching. We're going to start the show with the Crown family getting here. Okay, when the trophies pull on in, when okay, I'm here. Y'all like this video? Y'all like this video when the chat stopped moving? Okay, on period. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Y'all like this video? Like this video? Gather in close. Okay, on period. Oh. Gather in close. Gather in close. Okay. Oh. So yesterday, okay, January 30th, the U.S. Department of Justice dropped the biggest batch yet under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, over 3 million pages, thousands of videos, and 180,000 images exposing communications, guest lists, and wild tips from investigations dating back to 2008. That's what it was. It was the FBI tip line. Okay, the FBI tip line, and someone called in, alleging that Jay-Z was there, amongst some other things. This ain't some conspiracy theory. This is straight from the feds, mandated by the Congress last year. And like I said, the names that are popping up on the list are mind blowing. Okay, off the rip, we got Jay-Z and Pusha T. And then we have Jamie Foxx, Bill Clinton, amongst other names. Okay, in the 2019 FBI reports. My. Like this video, like this video. Okay. So in the 2019 FBI report, there was an anonymous caller claiming she was a victim of sex trafficking and abuse. She alleges Jay-Z was present during an incident with Epstein and Harvey Weinstein back in 1996, and Pusha T is called out as a handler at a party where things went south. Now, again, these are unverified tips. Okay, there are no charges. Okay, and both artists so far have not responded. Okay, Jay-Z's denied any Epstein ties before, but this report also drags in former AG William Barr and is the tip of the iceberg, allegedly, when it comes to the Epstein list, when apparently there are more names and people, okay, to expose. Like this video, like shout out to Miss Tawana. I know that's right. You guys all follow my friend Miss Tawana over there and support the show. The number of the day is 12. Yes, it did. We got one down, seven to go. Seven to go. Shout out to Miss Tawana in the building. Thank you, friend. I know that's right. That's giving Jackie vibes off. But I don't know. I don't know. It's like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it doesn't stop there, y'all. Okay, so Kanye West literally has inserted himself. Okay, um, he isn't in the files, but old clips of Kanye West have resurfaced of him blasting Jay-Z and Pusha T for, you know, their involvement and association with Epstein. Yes, he did. Remember him saying that, you know, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. Well, the fans are saying that, you know, this was Kanye's, you know, way of, I guess, exposing the connection between Jay-Z and Pusha T way back when. My. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the chat. Is it a coincidence, or was Kanye onto something? After all, he was there. He helped Jay-Z, right? You know, now that I think about it, Kanye's story sounds a lot like Jackie's story. Yep. How she, you know, alleged that she helped him write his music, and, you know, they got close, personal even. I mean, at one point she said that she was pregnant. And then, you know, she has the same, if not, you know, similar allegations, um, similar, if not the same allegations about Jay-Z. I don't know. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cue Jackie. Cue Jackie. And I'm sure she gonna be live about this real soon. Talking about I told you so. I told you so. How did you know? If you didn't make the call, you'll fucking Let me stop. Let me stop. Y'all like this video? Like this video. The people seem to believe that Jay-Z was there. Okay. Jacket was telling the truth. How could she know? If she was telling the truth was about that, then where is Baby Hove at? Where's Baby Hove at? Then Rihanna and Chris Brown really got the Jay-Z herpes? Yeah, let's get back to the bigger picture. Let's get back because, bro, you want to start going down rabbit holes, okay? You want to start going down rabbit holes? Let's get back to the bigger picture, okay? Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Jamie Foxx all on the list, okay? Now, how Kanye and Jackie knew, I guess we'll never know unless, you know, the list, okay? The list, you know, when they add to it, other names that we know should be on the list. Like how she be in all these places and not make the list? She literally swam to the island. How's there no log? Come on. Come on. Somebody would have left an anonymous tip or something. All the phone calls that come in every year with motherfucking spot Sasquatch. You mean to tell me the hoes see a whole motherfucking wildebeest emerging from the motherfucking water and nobody called the police? Shut up! Shut up! I don't know how Kanye knew. Okay? Everybody went and Kanye stayed behind. He done lost his mind just by being in proximity. He ain't go take the blood oath, sell his soul. He's not a sexually deviant person. I mean, he's not being sued by his wife. What's her name? Sensori? For parading her around like she's some fucking prostitute, had her all dressed up, half naked, walking her down the street like she's a fucking dog. When ain't nothing wrong with Kanye. It's crazy how people pick and choose when they want to listen to these crazy motherfuckers. You motherfuckers know that Jaguar right is delusional. Crazy. A motherfucking list come out that slightly corroborates the fucking crazy shit that she's been saying over the years, and all of a sudden she's a motherfucking truth teller again. Hell nah. I won't go. I'm not drinking the motherfucking tea. You guys can keep that shit. I know for a fact that whole lie. Now Kanye, on the other hand, I don't know. I don't know. Look like something seemed like something happened to him. I think the same thing happened to Ray J happened to Kanye, you ask me. Okay? Illuminati much. Boule much. These motherfuckers know exactly what in the hell they're getting into, and when they don't reach the heights that they desire to reach, when their peers are, getting the access that, they feel like they deserve. After all, Kanye, was behind a lot of Jay-Z's hits. Like, he literally was ghostwriting. Unlike Jackie, he was ghostwriting. He was there. He was in the fold. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts? I need to get a new mic stand too. We gotta add that to the budget crown family. Shit, this motherfucking mic stand be getting on my nerve. Okay, on here when I get the new studio. Okay, we'll think about that when we get the new studio. Okay, on here. Yeah, are you supporting the show? We got Cash App to whichever Moselle Crypto. The number today is 12. Yeah, and we're 7 trophies away from our quota. Yes, it is. Y'all like this video? Like this. Now back to the bigger picture, okay? Deletes are everywhere in these documents, okay? Elon Musk, okay? Emails about potential island visits. He claims he refused. Bill Gates, post-conviction chats with Epstein. Donald Trump, win, okay? Thousands of mentions, including unverified assault tips and ties, right back to and ties. Wait, including unverified assault tips from 2025. Prince Andrew, hundreds of references to dinners and intros. Harvey Weinstein ties right back to that Jay-Z allegation. Then there's Bill Clinton in photos. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick talking island drinks. New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch with over 440 mentions about woman intros. Steve Bannon getting Apple Watches as gifts in 2018. Sergey Brin, Richard Branson, Jamie Foxx in contacts, Peter Madison, and Sarah Ferguson with financial transfers, and even Eminem popping up in sparse reports. Eminem, my. Not Slim Shady. My. I guess, I mean, it's true what they say. I mean, isn't that what he said? I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Yes, it did. All right, what do you say? I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? Okay, on period. Well, Eminem, they saying that choose a pedal. Yes, it did. Y'all like this video? Like this video? Like this video? Remember to support. We got Cash Up, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto. I wonder if Eminem will respond. Okay. Oh, what are your thoughts? I remember when Eminem first got into the game and he was taking all those shots at celebrities, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, etc. Hmm. Hey, come in. Okay. Like this video, and again, remember to support this video. We can't do it without you. Um. So, these are from address books, calendars, emails. The DOJ says are untrue and sensationalist, and no new charges as of yet. But victims' attorneys are furious over unredacted names. Oh, my, I guess there's some unredacted names. My. Is this justice finally unfolding or just more elite protection? You guys let me know your thoughts in the chat. Like this video, like this video. Yes, friend, the number of the day is 12. Hold on, I was reading my notes. I was trying to read my notes. I was reading my notes. Okay, so where are my receipts at? One second, one second. Let me pull the receipts. Where are the receipts at? Oh, here they go. Oh, here they go. Y'all like this video, like this video, like this video, and remember to support. So let's get into these receipts. Let's get into these receipts. I just gave you guys a brief synopsis of what's going on. The Epstein files again have been released. Well, 3 million documents, okay, have been released. Okay. Jay-Z, Pusha T, Clinton, Trump, Jamie Foxx are among the fray. We have the receipts right here. Here is what's being said when there was an alleged anonymous call again for the girls in the back in 2019. A woman is alleging that she was sexually assaulted by Jay-Z. Not Jay-Z, I'm sorry. Epstein, while Jay-Z was there in 2006. 1996. Hold on, let me get it right. 1996. All right. So let's go over the file. Let's go over the files. Okay. So July 10th, 2019. Jaguar. Let me stop. Let me stop. Okay. Drafted by, the name has been redacted. Okay. Date and time, July 10th, 2019 at approximately 8:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On July 10th, 2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Redacted, called the FBI National Threat Operations Center, NTOC, to identify herself as a victim of sex abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. Redacted provided the following information. In approximately 1994, not 1996. Zam! Okay, on period. Let me get it together. Redacted revealed herself to Redacted as a past victim of sex abuse by Epstein, describing the abuse occurred during parties. Further identified Redacted as a friend of Redacted. Y'all like this video? Like this video. When remember to support. When I'm sorry, Jig. That was on accident. My. Y'all like this video? Remember to support. We can't do without your support. The number today is 12. And approximately 1996. 1996. It's 1996 now. Damn. I guess I should have read this beforehand. I watched other people read it like 3 or 4 times, but I was doing other stuff. Okay, over here I was cooking and doing other stuff. I was like, okay, yes it did. That's neither here or there. Gathering close. Redacted resided with Redacted in Redacted. An unknown man abducted Redacted from her home, whence she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z, while Weinstein had inserted his fingers into Redacted. I guess we're not talking about like the mouth or the ear. Yeah, this video is not made for kids. Did I say that? It's time for bed. What your ass doing up? Grown folk only. It's a lot of shit going on. Y'all like this video? Like this video? Like this video? My. Oh, Redacted believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Redacted estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions. Jacket! Jacket! Is there a reason that the FBI never investigated this? Can we see the results from the investigation? Did they look into this shit? How a motherfucker get abducted 7 times? How a motherfucker come take you and place you back in the same spot 7 motherfucking times? You would think after the first time, the second time, you would not be in the same spot. I'm just saying, bitch, you ain't coming to get me from the same motherfucking spot after the motherfucking first time, bitch. You ain't never gonna see me, motherfucker. Once you drop me back off, ho, bitch, bitch. Please. Please, bitch, I'm going off grid, bitch. I'm going off grid, bitch. I'm gonna go build me a motherfucking bamboo motherfucking island hole, and I'm gone, bitch. A hoe ain't coming to abduct me, bitch, like they some fucking aliens at the sky or some shit. What you mean? 7 times. Where the 7 police reports? I'm saying. What the fuck I look? You gonna sit there and let a hoe abduct you 7 times? You not gonna move around? You gonna stay there like, oh, I knew you was coming back. I was waiting for you at the door. Hell no, bitch, what you talk about 7 times? What I will say is the people want to believe that Jay-Z is guilty. People want to believe the allegations. People want to believe the victim. But there's no who are we talking about? Redacted? Unredact the files and let's get to the truth. When y'all doing too much covering up. Everything is fucking redacted if you ask me. Outside of Jay-Z name. Like what? What? Y'all like this video? I mean, it's just blame me. Okay, it's my fault. People be mad at me because I use my fucking common sense. It is what it is. How the hell you let somebody abduct you 7 motherfucking times? The fuck is we talking about? Alien versus Predator? Like, what's going on here? They just flew over the motherfucking house, bitch, and placed you back in the motherfucking same spot they picked you up in. So I said they might give me twice if the food is good. Okay? But 7 motherfucking die. I don't know. But I wasn't there. Oh, so redacted again, estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions, awaking each time in an opulent indoor setting. Redacted suffered from sex abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. Wait. Multiple to me don't sound like all. So what the fuck was you doing there when you wasn't? You know? Let me find out that you was motherfucking hanging out, living the lifestyle. Like what? What would be the point of abducting you and returning you and only assaulting you sometime? What would be the point of back to the black and white receipts when my multiple of those occasions. So I guess there was some times where they went and there was no assault and maybe they had a good time. I don't know. in which Epstein participated. Redacted recall Leon Black and William Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasions of abuse. Was this like a theater setting? Like, I'm just trying to understand, like, Epstein the one that's abusing you, but when this is happening, there's other people around like Jay-Z and Pusha T who are what? Watching? Spectating? There's a party going on and you are a party favor. They call themselves, they were saying that they were party favors. That's wild. That is insane. That's insane. Like, to think that all of these morally corrupt people, they're rich in monies, but poor when it comes to morals, are abusing their power in such a way that is just like abducting somebody 7 times. I mean, one time at all, but 7 times just to watch them be assaulted by someone else. What gratification is Jay-Z and Pusha T and Jamie Foxx and all of these other people who are watching the assault getting? I mean, I wouldn't get any gratification after seeing someone be sexually assaulted. My question, I guess, would be, what is the people? And I'm just thinking out loud, and a lot of people hate me for this, but it's okay because you either stand for something or you fall for anything. I've never been the type of person to believe what people tell me. Like, I'm a critical thinker, I'm a logical thinker, and I follow my own gut. So what I'm thinking is, what all these party goers are getting out of seeing this old, crusty, white, unattractive man with a needle dick sexually assault these underage girls. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Some people say that they did it for money, they did it for power, they did it for alignment, to be aligned with these people. Jay-Z wouldn't be the person he is today if it wasn't for Harvey Weinstein and his alignment with Harvey Weinstein. Jay-Z went from being a drug dealer, a thug, to being a prominent, elite, black billionaire. And a lot of it has to do with his alignment to these folk. What are your thoughts, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Redacted again recalled Leon Black and William Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasions of abuse in approximately 2006. 2006, y'all, 2006. Redacted last recall being abused by Epstein Epstein on. Uh, there must be some more receipts somewhere. Hold on. Y'all like this video? Like this video? Like this video? Gather in close. We got a lot of things to get into. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Like, where'd it go? I could have sworn it was like 2 pages. Yes, it is. Okay. On each occasion, Redacted believes she was drugged. Okay. Clouding her memory. Redacted attributed the drugging as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers, whom she described as persons who established friendships with the victims. Among her handlers, identified the artist Pusha T. So Pusha T's role was a handler. He was there because he was a handler. I guess he was in charge of getting to know the girls, drugging the girls, and setting up these abductions. I mean, he would have to be the one facilitating the extractions and, you know, dropping them back off. I mean, after all, he's the one giving them the drugs. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. In approximately 2007, Redacted attended a party, Redacted, following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down a street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and drugged her before engaging in sexual abuse. Fran, you may tell me after this got to be what? The fifth time you've been abducted. And you go to a party and you see the hoes that be at the house when you come to. You know what I mean? Like you're getting abducted, and when you come to, you see Jay-Z, you see Pusha T, you see Harvey, you see these things, and then you go to a party. Fast forward, you get dropped off. You get dropped off. They take you home. They do what they do. They drop you off. Okay? They pick you up to drop you off, pick you up to drop you off, pick you up to drop you off. You go to a party and you see these niggas at the party. And you stay to get drugged. They get close enough to you at this point, like you allowed these people. What? Am I missing something? What party was you at with the people that you're alleging been abducting you for 7 years? Ain't no way I'm in a party with motherfuckers that just abducted me 7 times in a row. And they get close enough to me at said party to put drugs in my drink and sexually abuse me. Like, are you at the party alone? Like, haven't you learned after being abducted 7 times to like not go out by yourself? Like, am I missing something here? Is there anyone that can corroborate this story? Like, why are you even going out by yourself after being abducted 7 times? You should definitely be on the partner system or something. Like, what? Okay, where's our mom? Somebody says she must be slow. She must be slow. Lord, I don't know what's going on, but it don't sound right. That's all I'm saying. It don't sound right, and everybody's running with this. You know, like it's fact. Like this doesn't sound right. It just doesn't sound right. If I see somebody at a party that I believe is threatening, you know, my livelihood, you know, that has assaulted me, that I'm going to not be there. I'm not going to stay in the set. Like what? I'm going to contact the authorities and let them know I see the people who have been abducting me. Like you've had to have contacted the authorities. What, 5 times by now? The police already know that you've been abducted all of these times. Gotta be, because there's no way you're being abducted and not. There's no police reports. There's no missing persons. Like, you know. So you're at this party and you see these people who've been abducting you. And somehow they manage to put some drugs in your drink and take you from the party and sexually assault you. That doesn't sound suspicious. Redacted claimed to have additional information of other persons involved in the enterprise and information related to racketeering conducted in support of the trafficking. Redacted further believes she was under surveillance and stalked at the direction of the people involved in the sexual abuse. Redacted confirmed she was not diagnosed with any mental illness. Redacted refused to provide her physical address, advising that she maintained no permanent address. Rather, she moved between staying at different hotels. Took you being abducted 7 times to learn to move the fuck around. I mean, and what would be, you know, what would be the danger in giving the address if you're going to move in a couple of days anyway? Okay, it's like kickboxing at this point, Lord. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. It's a lot going on. Like this video, and remember to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, PayPal, however you want to do it. We are 1 trophy in, 7 trophies to go. Yes, it did. Like this video, gather in close. We got a lot of things to get into. It's the official King Pain shows the home of the lituation. It's the littest place on earth. Let me know your thoughts. Let's see what the people are saying in the chat. Okay. Somebody said he made Daytona. He made Daytona. What is Daytona? That must be a track. Jay being on here isn't surprising, but Pusha, my. They said Pusha was you know, being a pusher. My. Them calling him Pusha T instead of Terrence Thornton in a federal doc tells me everything I need to know. My. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Wait, so they use Jay-Z real name but not Pusha's? Yeah, I smell cap. My. I just fell to my knees. Lord, once Pusha performed for Israel, it was over with. And you know, also pay attention to how this um is aligning with Trump's presidency. Okay, and Jay-Z and Beyonce stance towards Trump during the election. Jay-Z literally called Trump a superbug. And Beyonce refused to allow Trump to play her music in support of his campaign. Trump is lining Jay-Z and Beyonce up. And it ain't over. It ain't over. There's a reason why Nicki Minaj is aligning herself with Trump. Notice how she's been anti Jay-Z Rock Nation, etc. It's all strategy. Like this video, like this video, like this video with. Let's see what the girls are saying. Interesting. Could they release the ones about the literal president of the United States next, doing anything but just fully releasing them? This is awful. Really hoping this isn't true somehow. Why were they hanging out with Harvey Weinstein? There is a bigger picture we all are missing. They need to release all the files and stop protecting Trump and all of his buddies. Well, aren't they trying to say that Jay-Z and Pusha T are aligned with Trump? Like, how does this all work? Or are they all pretending to not be associated in the, with the current climate of things, with everyone being exposed and canceled and sued, um, indicted and charged and incarcerated? Like, it's Trump and others, refuting their history in an attempt to avoid, prosecution. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Somebody said, these reports don't mean anything. Anybody can submit a tip. If someone said they saw Pusha T growing wings and fly, it would be recorded in the files. As you can see, anybody can say anything. You can literally say, I was abducted 7 times. They picked me up and dropped me off 7 times on 7 different occasions. And on some of those occasions, we had a good time. Like, make it make sense. My. Like this video, like this video. Somebody said, I'm praying this isn't real for Pusha. My, not Jay. Bruh, I still can't believe Pusha is there. Fell to my knees, bro, not Pusha T. 1996, Jay-Z was still in Marcy. That's cap. These documents have been altered. Dudes will be mad about this. Support Trump. As your post mentioned, what is heartbreaking to see is to trust unreliable sources. It's like judging Pusha for something he never got guilty for. Sorry, I just don't get the logic here. Absolutely. It is important to keep in mind that these are allegations. They have not been indicted or charged. There is no criminal investigation. This was simply a tip that came in to the hotline, and anyone can make a tip. You can make a tip. I can make a tip. Jackie could have made this motherfucking tip. I think Jackie made the motherfucking tip. Well, let's argue. You want to argue? Did I put the link in the chat? You want to fucking argue? Let's argue. Jackie made the motherfucking tip. This is what I think. That's what I think her trolling ass with. She kept on saying that, oh, he was in the motherfucking files. How she know unless she did it? That's what I think. Okay, I'm here. And we told Jay-Z to do something about Jackie long ago. This is motherfucking fault. He should took care of that motherfucker. Oh, long time ago. He wouldn't even be dealing with none of this shit. Jackie was behind the whole Busby and the Jane Doe and all that shit. You asked me. Yes, it did. Y'all like this video? Like this video? Like this video? Gather in close in. Remember to support. We got Cash Super Chat, Bimo Zell. The number of the day is 12. We ain't got no trophies up in here. I've been off that long. However, we got things to do. We in Okay I'm here. New studios coming soon. Okay I'm here. I don't care what nobody talk about. And when I'm in a new studio, we in Okay I'm here. Y'all keep the same energy. Okay I'm period. Now, Crown Family, gather in close and remember to support the show. We got cash tips, super tip, Zelle, crypto, however you want to done it, and know that we can't do without you. Y'all, hey, Sonny. Yes, I'm working on that exclusive interview. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Got big celebrities trying to come into the Lituation Network. However, we don't got no location, so we're trying to get one. We're trying to get one, and it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. Win. Okay, on period. We got one trophy now. Okay, there's 7 of them to go. Trophies. What are your thoughts, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Okay, gathering close. Somebody said this is culturally inappropriate. What do you guys think that this is doing for the culture, to our people? Where are our prominent black elites? Who's going to stand with Hove, Pusha, Jamie? Bitch, I'm just doing the news. Okay, on period. I stand with the receipts. I just doing the news. I'm just critically thinking. Yeah, I do my critical thinking thing. Yeah. But I do think that there's more to it. I just think it's like one after another. And it's like they started from the top and they working their way down when it comes to our black, you know, elites and, particularly the men. 50 Cent, he spoke on it. Um, you know, a little when the whole when Diddy was indicted and the whole Diageo um Diddy Diageo drama was, trending. Yes, it did. Like this video, like this video, like this video. And he said that a lot of what's happening to Diddy is in retaliation for him coming up against the liquor moguls who are, trillionaires. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Hey, Skilo, I'm so glad that you can make it. Gathering, yeah, new studio. We're trying to get a new studio, friend. It's nice, friend. It's nice. It's $500 a month. Win, okay, on period. We're subletting, win, okay, on period. But you ain't gonna see nobody else in our shit because don't nobody else do what we do. Win, okay, on period. I want a location for my interviews when we got celebrity interviews coming up. Like I got celebrities on my inbox right now trying to, what I'm saying. I'm like, shit, I don't want to have to book a location every time I want to do an interview. You know what I'm saying? So I want to have a solid location. We can go live there. We can go there and do music. I could have clients there. We could do a show there, and I could do my interviews there. So we have a lot of ideas for the place. However, I gotta get the monies because that's all of these projects. Okay, on period. I'm like, I can't take from this. I can't be out robbing Peter to pay Paul and I got all this stuff. So I'm just like, maybe if I talk to my audience, you know what I'm saying, the girls hop out the bushes and you know what I'm saying, help us elevate the platform. Yes, it did. I feel like it's gonna happen either way. You know what I'm saying. You may take a little longer, but that's the next step. Securing the studio location so that what I'm saying, we can get that work. Yes, it did. Y'all like this video? Like this 50 Cent a lame? Ooh, my. Gathering close, little white girl telling little white lies. Ooh, my. Where they go wrong is they lie. Like, what happened to a little white girl? My. What are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Not Drake officially won the beef. Were these people interviewed or are these taken from a tip line? No investigation done. So there was no investigation done. Again, this is from a tip line. Somebody said it's all off. Look at Pusha once more. Timeline, life, nothing match. My. Funny how Pusha T only gets targeted when he's staying low key. Jay Z's not surprising, but Pusha T, my. People see a tweet and instantly believe it. These documents fake as hell. Here go the Drake bots again attacking Pusha T like clockwork. My. Anonymous tips aren't facts. My. Gossip blogs cosplaying as journalism now. Okay. Oh, what are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Shout out to Skilo. Thank you, man. How soon do I need the money? Um, I'm trying to do it this first week when I'm here. Well, I need it technically by Wednesday because the interview is Wednesday. I told her that I told sis I don't want to say the name because I want it to be a surprise, and then I don't want people like trying to step on my toes and try to get the interview before me. I got a lot of haters out here, a lot of people in secret competition with me, but I want sometimes it's better to move in silence when and only give up what I need to at the time when. So we have a celebrity interview on deck for Wednesday between 10 a.m. and 2. Okay. So that's what prompted me to look for the office space, a space to do the interview to begin with. And then I found a space, and then they have a monthly subscription, which in that monthly subscription, I get like X amount of hours, like 60 plus hours to where I can reserve this studio. It's like subletting, and I can use it for whatever I need. So it's already fully furnished. The aesthetic already aligns with the brand. They have neon lights and lightning bolts and all this stuff. So it's like, oh, this is like perfect. There's a studio, there's a booth, there's a sofa, they got the computers, they got everything. They got the fucking grass walls, and it's perfect. So I just need the money right now. Yes, it did, and it's gonna elevate the platform when you guys can see. You guys make sure that you guys are here tomorrow for the exclusive interview with Tavi Baby. Tavi Baby, when 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you guys will get to see the interview when, and we got like quiet as kept. We got like 7 interviews in the whole 7 celebrity interviews, and the thing about it is, I've been booking like locations, and I'm like, I don't want to, and then it's a lot of work it takes away from this, like finding a location, communicating with the people, doing all of this stuff. When I could have a location on lock, once I get the place, we just go in there, and then I can focus. That's part of yesterday. I was doing that, and I could have went live. So yeah. Like this video, and again, remember to support. We got Cash Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle. Yeah, I'm trying to get the lock in the Scoop Studio by Wednesday, February what 3rd, 4th. So yeah, ideally, the sooner the better, so I can get in there, look around. Okay, on period, spread my wings. Okay, on period, let everybody know that the biggest boss they have seen thus far is coming through. Yes, it did. Lituation Network, TV style. Okay, on period. My. Um, so let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Shout out to Skilo again for your support. What is it? 2 down, 2 trophies down, 6 trophies to go. You guys all follow my friends. Skilo. What the other trophy? What the other trophy we in? Um, What over to for win? And Miss Tawana over to the support feature and support the show. It's up and stuck here in the home of the lituation. Let's go. How was Miami? Was lit, friend. I was telling y'all at the beginning of the show. I just now recovered. Oh, I had lost my voice and everything in Miami. Oh my goodness! I can't wait till you guys see the episode that comes out. Lit Squad. Uh, uh, uh the talent, my talent is still in Miami. He comes back tomorrow. When so that's I kind of been holding off on the the review, I guess. But when he gets back, I'm gonna hit him up and see when he's available to come and talk about the trip. It's coming soon, so you guys be on the lookout for that. It's gonna drop sometime in February. Before that drops, we have a whole bunch of celebrity interviews to drop. Right now my editing team is small. Okay, on period. However, I do plan to expand in the future. If you're an editor, you got the skills, okay, and you would like to join the team, the Lituation Network, when we have a lot of projects, okay, on period. And again, I only have a small team, so I have to roll with the punches when, okay. But I do believe that God's got a blessing with my name on it, and the team will be expanding soon. Okay, on Peoria. All the way across the board. Yes, it did. Oh, who else is doing it like the official? Oh, wait. I'm really excited, to bring new stuff to the TV network. Like I told you guys, we got Lit Squad coming. We got the celebrity interviews. If you guys are on the Lituation TV network, you guys have already seen the interview with me and Tavy because it's there. It's been there for what, 2-3 days now? So if you guys want early access to all the exclusive interviews, make sure that you subscribe to the Lituation TV network now. Okay? Because that's where everything's gonna go first. Okay? So if you guys want early access to the Lit Squad, the interviews, the shows, everything, go there first. And there'll be a lot of stuff that goes on there that never will see, YouTube. So definitely, I recommend getting a membership to my TV network. Support black business. Okay, on period. Support black business. Support black business. Support black business. Support black. Support the king. Girl. Support the king. Betting on me is the right risk. Okay, on period. Yes, indeed. Not over here talking about we go to court. And then all she did with your money was go get some braiding hair and tie it in. Like, what is that shit that she got in her motherfucking head? Over there looking like the scarecrow. Oh, and I heard the girls mad at me too weird. Bitch, fuck you, ho. I don't give a fuck about you being mad at me. Yeah, I did it. I fucked up you and your friendship with your little fucking friend or not. I fucked it up. I did. I don't give a fuck. Bitch. Bitch, you flip-flopping ass, lousy, raggedy, dusty, crusty, musty ass bitch. I did it. You was talking shit, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Bitch. That's what you get for playing both sides of the fence. That's what you get for being a flip-flopping ass bitch. Okay? That title was very misleading. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? Yes, she did. She was flip-flopping. She was being a fake ass bitch. And I told his ass. And he cut her off. And she mad about it. But all it did was really show her true colors because now who's she over there supporting? Now who's she over there to Armand? So you just to pick me. You just to pick me. You're just a pick me ass bitch. And clearly there was no real friendship there if you guys weren't able to work that out. Bitch, I don't care. Fuck you, ho. Carry the fuck on. Y'all like this video, like this video, like this video. And again, remember to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle. Speaking of pick me's, when okay on period. Don Lemon been over there calling Nicki Minaj a pick me. Yes, it did. He's so upset with. He said that Nicki Minaj called him a slur. She's racist and she's homophobic. Well, I thought black people couldn't be racist. Y'all tried to cancel me way back when. I said, but Don Lemon can say, and then you got all these people talking about, oh yeah, Don Lemon that when Don Lemon is highly. I don't want to say not well, I was highly not informed when it comes to racism in America. Yes, it did. How is Nicki Minaj racist? What I don't like is how Don Lemon, a black man, is trying to weaponize not only the black community against Nicki Minaj, but the gays as well, alleging that she called him a homophobic slur. But how can Nicki Minaj be homophobic when she's openly gay? And that's been from the start, as far as I can remember. As a matter of fact, I have the receipts. You guys like this video? Like this video? Like this video where, the thing about Nicki Minaj is that she is a lyricist, one of the best female lyricists in the world. A lot of people call her the rap queen. She said that she picked the term cocksucker strategically. Did you guys know that cocksucker is synonymous with the term ass kisser? Now, a lot of people think that Nicki Minaj is the ass kisser here. Okay, let's be very clear with her support of Trump and her being, the new MAGA queen. However, is it far-fetched to believe that when Nicki Minaj was calling Don Lemon a cocksucker, that she was actually saying that he's an ass kisser for his recent actions at the church in Minnesota? We've got all other receipts. You guys like this video, like this video, like this video. And if you guys are wondering how I feel about what happened down there at the church, okay, I feel that Don Lemon was wholly and entirely wrong, and his actions at that church in Minnesota were unjustified and criminal. People should have the right to worship in peace. And I feel like his presence made the whole thing larger than what it possibly would have been if he wasn't on board, if he wasn't, working in concert with the activist. Yes, it did. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got to talk about ICE and all of that. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are, I get hit all the time. What are your thoughts about ICE? And I stay away from the politics when I try when, but like I said, it's a new day and you can't get away from it. It's everywhere, and people want to know how I feel. I'm like, why do you care how the fuck I feel? I'm a comedian. I make jokes. I'm funny. That's what I do. But for some reason, everybody want to know, this campaign, where did you stand? So you know who you voted for? I ain't vote. You want to know my motherfucking stance when it comes to vote? No reparations, no vote. What are we talking about? My motherfucking stance. Like I said, I'm a fucking comedian, girl. Shit. No reparations, no vote. Talk about something that motherfucking aligns with me. Shit. We talking about all this bullshit. Talk about something that align with motherfucking me. Okay? Shit. No reparation, no motherfucking vote. Can we get that passed? Can we can fucking start that hashtag? Shit, let's talk about something that align with us. Talking about all this bullshit. I ain't seen none of us in that motherfucking church. I'm just saying. But being a Christian, okay, being a man of God, okay, and just, being a believer, having my own beliefs, I do believe that everyone, no matter what your religion is or what you practice, you should be able to practice worship in peace without thinking that there's going to be a mob of terrorists that run into a peaceful congregation of worshipers shouting and being disruptive. Don Lemon participated in that. There was nothing journalistic about it. The people thought he was pushy and assertive, aggressive, and the behavior in itself, once he crossed that threshold, once he entered that church building, was criminal. And the law is the law. It's the law. Everybody want to be above the law. Who's above the law? The law is the law. He broke the law. And it's in black and white. And the reason that Nicki Minaj took aim at Don Lemon, mind you, they have a long-standing history. But the reason for Nicki Minaj becoming pro-MAGA is because, again, for the girls in the back, is her stance on what's going on in Nigeria. Christians are being persecuted for their belief. She believes, like I believe, I don't know what you believe, but we all should be able to worship and believe what we want in peace. Do you see how that tie together? They were in there worshiping. And they went in there and disrupted the service. Said that God would understand. You can never fathom what God is thinking. Or feel like your personal trying to word this correctly. Personal political views are somehow more important, or with what I'm saying, like God has there's so much go on, like, what I'm saying, like that was just selfish of everyone involved to go into that church. It's like, okay, for example, Army vets, okay, they fight for this country. They go overseas, and sometimes they have to do some things that a lot of us won't agree with. Because you don't agree with their job, That means you go to their place of worship and be disruptive to bring awareness to ICE. To ICE. And let's talk about it. Let's fucking talk about it, Win. And I'll put the link in the chat because like the law is the law. Like what the fuck are we talking about? Like people hate Trump so much that they're willing to jeopardize the nation. There is no country on the planet, okay, that doesn't protect their borders. You can't go anywhere illegally like I'm here. There's an ICE in every country whenever you get through. Like, make it make sense. Like, if we do not protect our borders, then inadvertently you weaken the security of the nation, of this country. No other country is doing that. Why would we allow illegal immigrants to stay? You go to another country illegally, you'll get imprisoned, fined, banned. What's happening here in America happens everywhere across the world. You can't go to another country. People are saying, oh, they didn't do anything. They have. So, how did they get here? That's a crime. That's a crime. If I can't go to Mexico, or if I can't go to, Canada or Africa or wherever illegally, then why would we allow people to come here illegally? If you go to another country illegally, you'll be charged and imprisoned. It is a crime. So when people come here illegally, we're supposed to allow them to stay. It's not a crime. The U.S. is supposed to be a free-for-all. And, people keep trying to spin it and make it like, oh, it's starting with this, but then it's going to turn into, them enslaving us again. What? What? How do you go from illegal immigration to slavery, back to slavery? what are your thoughts? Y'all let me know in the chat. So we got a lot of receipts here. Let me go through my receipts because I was just ranting there for a second. Because the people they've been on my line trying to figure out what I think. You know what I'm saying? I think that ice having ice is it. I mean, for it's important. It's important for us to protect our borders. Is it not? So, when it comes to ice, let's just clear something up real quick. Okay, I'm here because again, it can get real twisted real fast. Okay, I'm period. And the link is in the chat. If anybody, has something to say, I'm here to talk with. Okay, you guys ask for my opinion. Here it is. Okay. Again, ice is not out here targeting people based upon their race, culture, or group, are targeting people because of how they look. They are targeting illegal immigrants. Okay, that's the law. ICE enforces the law and immigration status, and that's period. Entering the country illegally is a crime. Now, many of these people have reasons to be here. And I feel like the question isn't, um, whether or not they've committed a crime. I think it is, uh, you know, should some of these people be allowed to stay? And I feel like the problem with that is that then you start picking and choosing. You know what I mean? Then people start slipping through the cracks. Then, and if people can slip through the cracks, if that again makes the system weak. The law is the law, and why should some people who break the law be given a slap on the wrist and others be deported? Let me know your thoughts in the chat. When again, every country on earth does this. You can't just walk into Japan, Australia, Mexico, or Europe and say, I'm here now, so deal with it. Okay? You will be detained, fined, deported, jailed, banned, etc. So let's stop pretending that the U.S. is doing something unique or evil by enforcing its own laws. This is what y'all voted for. This is the importance of getting out and vote. Everybody mad Trump in office. Did you vote? All y'all didn't vote for Biden or whoever. All y'all ain't vote for Kamala. All y'all ain't vote for Kamala because how's so many people mad then? Now, again, here's where people get things confused. Okay. Enforcement looks like it is targeting certain communities because of its race. But undocumented immigrants come from certain areas. You know what I mean? We share a border with Mexico. We have a large concentration of undocumented immigrants that are coming over from Mexico. They're not being targeted because of the way they look, but because there's a large concentration of immigrants that are coming from Mexico, Japan, Austria. And the situation is kind of different because those immigrants um, typically failed to renew their visa. So that's why, you know, different communities um, are being um, targeted in different ways, I would say. Um, because of the way that, they got here. If you get what I mean, um, when you a lot of times when they come from overseas, they've gone through the channels to get here. However, when it was time for them to leave, they didn't leave. And they say that they're not criminals. Okay, they say that they're not criminals when, um, and I'm talking about immigrants. I'm not talking about a specific group. Okay, they say that they're not criminals, but then when you ask them to leave, they riot, they attack, burn down buildings. They call it protesting, but really, what is destroying, you know, a community? What does that do? Like this video. We have special guests in the house. Shout out to Auntie Mickey. Hey, friend.
Hello, love.
Hey,
How are
hi.
you?
I'm good. How you doing today? You got a little
I'm
cold?
doing. I just choked on my cracker.
Oh. Not choked on your cracker.
I'm
Yeah,
eating little fishies. I'm eating a little
the
goldfish, and I choked
goldfish.
on one.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know that's right. So, what are your thoughts when it comes to this whole um everything?
Well, I agree I agree with you with regard to the immigration issue. If they're not supposed to be here, then yes, they should go. Um, it's the bottom line is how ICE is behaving. It's the behavior. I mean, Obama, they used to call Obama the deporter in chief because he during his tenure uh he got more people out of this country than any other president in history. Okay. But we didn't see this kind of backlash, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, we have laws and you have to abide by the law. And that goes for ICE as well. But unfortunately, they're taking their cues from the president, who has basically given them carte blanche to do whatever they want to do by any means necessary. And what ends up happening is that they stomp on everybody's and when I say everybody, I mean citizens and non-citizens. They're stomping on
Now, are
citizens'
you
First
talking about
Amendment.
isolated incidents and you applying it to the whole entire ICE force, or is all of the ICE agents acting in this manner?
Well, from what they're showing us in the media, from
And
what
do
we
you
are
believe that
seeing.
an ICE agent should be prosecuted for his job alone? Like I was saying, like there are soldiers who go overseas and kill kids. We
Correct.
don't agree with that, but that's their job.
That's
Police
war.
officers, they do what we deal with police brutality all the time. We don't see
And it's
anybody.
wrong.
I
You're
have never
absolutely
seen any
right.
any group of people go into a congregation looking for an officer that unalived one of us. So why are you guys?
I wait a minute. I agree that they should not. Me personally, I don't feel they should have gone into that church. I don't believe they should have gone into the church.
I think they should have stayed right outside and waited for them.
Right outside. Exactly. I totally agree with that. But they do have the right to protest.
Yeah,
But
outside.
enter exactly outside. That's where they crossed the line, in my opinion. Okay. And the reason that they did so is because that they found out that one of the pastors of that church oversees ICE uh, activities. He works for ICE. He's an ICE agent. So
But
they
sometimes when you work in government, you don't agree with what's going on, but that's your job. When you're a soldier, you don't agree with the orders that you're given, but that is your job. And if you do not carry out the orders, guess what that's called? Treason.
okay, well, they're not military. They're
They're protecting our
law
borders,
enforcement to a
man.
certain degree.
They're
They're
protecting our borders.
well, why aren't they at the borders then? I mean,
They have
it's
to protect they protect the interior and the exterior.
okay, and I
I
don't
did some
have a
research on
problem.
ICE today because I had to come up with how I was feeling about ICE. So I did research like what's the purpose of ICE? Like I did all the research. I was like, well,
Enforcement,
I would rather.
yes.
And then I asked Chat GPT, well, what would it look like if ICE wasn't here? And I would like, okay, this is what it would be if ICE continues, and this is what it would look like if ICE stops. And I was just like, well, no, we need ICE because
Right.
we don't
I
want. First of all,
agree.
America is the number. It is alleged that we are, number one when it comes to, security and
I
military
agree.
and the army and stuff like that.
I
Now, if we
agree.
have a weak economy to where people are coming in from everywhere, terrorists are able to come in. A lot of these people that they're deporting are terrorists.
Right. And then, but see, that's not, this is where it's gotten convoluted. The concept is correct. What you're saying, what they should be doing, that's exactly what they should be doing. And it's not the fact that they're not doing, it's how they're doing it. And now it's like they're targeting everybody. They're racially profiling people based on what they look like just by sitting in their cars, busting down their doors. Most of the people that they take, they have to send them back because they're citizens.
Well, I
And
feel like so from my research, they're going to concentrated areas where there's a large concentration of immigrants, and this just the part of the job. Sometimes you're going to get people who in the sweeps that are legal. How can you tell from a sweep? Like if you're hanging out with all illegal immigrants, how are we supposed to know you the one that has your papers?
I understand what you're saying, but there's still a way to go about it. Do you have to okay, let me
It's
give an
like it's
example.
like when the police do their job, they're moving in a certain way to protect themselves. You have these
Correct.
illegal immigrants who are willing to unalive the police to stay here. They are literally protesting and fighting back. And that is the issue that I'm having. If you guys say that you're not criminals, then and when what if you're here illegally, you have the option to leave. You know what's going on, but you're
I agree.
choosing to stay and
But this is
combat the law and the authorities in place. They are
but
choosing to combat. If I chose to go outside and combat the police, I will be shot.
okay, I understand exactly what you're saying. If they were doing what they're supposed to be doing, that would be the complete argument right there. I mean, it what you're saying is correct, but it's how they're going about enforcement. This is where the problem is because now it's gone from going after the worst of the worst to get them out of our country to going after everybody and mistreating them as they're doing it. I'll give an example. Two people sitting at a bus stop with their child. They take the parents and leave the child standing there alone, abandoned. That's wrong. Po- ICE has policies that they're supposed to follow, but they're not following their own policies.
So
That's
what were they
my
supposed to do?
thing.
They were supposed to. Well, I mean, depending on the age of the child, what was supposed to do? Take the child and into CPS or something?
Well,
Are they
that
leaving
would
like
be
minors out on the street? Is that what you're saying?
yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely not right. I mean, because if they're
Right.
born in the U.S., then the child would be a citizen. I believe in all
Correct.
that stuff too. So then it would be their responsibility to make sure the child is in a safe position. What I do think also is when it comes to whether or not they are a part of the cartel or a part of any if they are criminals or whatever. I don't think that it matters. I mean, the fact that they're being here means that they committed a crime. And then a lot of times what happens is that there's these communities and then there's this organized crime that's going on. You may not be doing the crimes yourself, but you become complicit because there's this organization of illegal immigrants that are to where there's this trust thing. There's this what I'm trying to say? Like, they
Yeah.
are like, even though they're not
Yeah.
actively, like, they are like, you ever watch those movies to where when the police are coming in, you got like people watching and stuff, and they whistle
Mhm.
and they have like it's like organized,
Right.
they're, they look out for one another when, so,
Mhm.
um, so a lot of times, even though, it's someone who is, working and stuff like that, they're connected to someone who's doing illegal activities.
Okay.
And
Can I ask your opinion on something? Did you happen to see the unaliving of Alex Preddy last week? The man that
no,
was,
I heard about it though. What happened? Can you break it down to me a little bit?
yes, I would, I can break it down for you, but the best way to analyze it is to literally watch the video itself. It was all captured on video.
Mhm.
And uh, apparently, 11 days prior to his unaliving, there had been they were protesting out there in that neighborhood or whatever, and the people get riled up, and he was one of those people, and he actually kicked the tail light out of an off the back of an ICE agent's vehicle. 11 days later, he's on the sidewalk. There's a woman that they just pushed down to the ground, and he bent over to help this woman up, and then they started jumping on him. They discovered that, and they discovered that he had a gun in a holster in the back, in his back. He is licensed to carry. He was not brandishing the weapon. uh he didn't have it in his hand or anything, but an ICE agent saw the weapon, took the weapon away from him, and then they unloaded 10 shots into this man's back after disarming him. That's what the video will show you. Now, I personally would not go to a protest considering who you're dealing with. You're dealing with ICE agents that are not restricted in any way, shape, form, or fashion on how they handle people. Okay, so I personally would not have taken a weapon to a protest because of their behavior. However, under those circumstances, to see this weapon, take the weapon. Now, they attacked him simply because he was trying to help a woman up that they knocked down to the ground. Okay, and as he's trying to help her, they started jumping on him.
Friend,
And it's alleged that this was kind of a beef from
see,
earlier,
friend,
from
I've been
11
out there
days
at the
ago.
protests. I've been out there at the protests. I'll
I
be out
can't hear
there.
you. Are you
Uh,
muted?
no, can you hear me? No. So can everybody hear me? Can everyone hear me? Let me know in the chat
I
if you can
can't
hear
hear
me.
you, love.
Drop some crowns in the chat if you guys can hear me. I don't know why you can't hear me. Drop some crowns in the chat if you guys can hear me. You might have to drop down and come back.
I can't hear
Yep.
you.
I don't know why. Let me see. Can anyone hear me? I'm trying to see if anyone can hear me. So they can't hear me. I don't know why we can't hear you.
Hold on,
So
hold on.
okay.
There's
Um,
something wrong here. I can't. Can you hear me?
no, I can hear you, but you probably have to come back
Okay, I
because
can't hear you for some reason. I'm gonna have to drop out.
okay. Yeah, so you just have to come back. Yeah, like this video, like this video, like this video. I forgot what I was about to say. Um, she was talking about how the guy came down there with the gun. Oh, so I was saying that I've been to a lot of protests, I'll be outside. And 9 times out of 10, I'm just keeping it 100. If the officer was able to push the lady down, she was way too fucking close. They established a border and they don't want you to get close to them. They have a job to do. Why are you that close? Chances are she was trying to interfere with their work. Maybe they were arresting one of her family members, and she, that's why, she tried to, prevent it, and she got pushed down. I don't know, but for him to be that close to the police with the weapon as well is crazy. Well, ICE, whatever you want to call it, law enforcement, that's crazy. Like I don't know the things that's crazy. Gotten close. Hey Auntie Mickey, what's going
I'm
on?
sorry. I don't know what's going on with the sound, but
Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, terrific.
I can hear you. But yeah, I would just suggest seeing the video for yourself
Yeah,
because
I'm like,
everybody's going to have their own
but were they quite
perspective.
close to like the officers? Because usually they
Well,
establish like a perimeter, like they don't want they block off sections. They tell you, protest over there or whatever. Like they don't want you, like you're not
they
that close to them. If they were able to push you down, you
they
were
were over
way too close to them.
they came over to where the two people were, the gentleman that was unalived and the lady. I think there was might have been one other lady there as well, but they were off like by the sidewalk, and the officers came over to them. They didn't come over to the officers, they come over to the protesters, and they weren't bothering anybody. I mean, maybe they didn't like what the people were saying. I don't know, because I didn't hear specifically what was being said. But in that position, you do have to control your temper in terms of what people say to you, because I mean, officers get it all the time, and there's certain decorum you have to follow as an officer of any kind. But
Absolutely.
in this particular case, they came over and they pushed the lady down, and I don't know if it was one or two officers that did that to her, but he was standing next to her when it happened, and he bent down to help her up, and so they started jumping on him. Then other officers run over, and there's a whole heap of people wrestling with this guy, and he's face down on his hands and knees, and one officer took the weapon away from him, and then they opened fire on him and unloaded at least 10 rounds on him. I mean, you just have to see it for
I
yourself.
mean, I think that the reason I mean this happens to my people all the time. Not like that. Like I'm not like shocked. I mean this happens like all the time, which is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, ICE is not perfect. Law enforcement is not perfect. Again, this type of thing happens all the time. But
Yeah, but
what I'm trying to say is,
they're doing the most. They're doing the most. I mean, you could get on the internet and see every video that I see of them. They're brutalizing people, and it's unnecessary brutality.
it sounds like Minnesota is like a concentrated area where they have a lot of immigrants there, And in Minnesota, there's a lot of protests going on and a lot of anti-ICE movements, to where they're fighting back, and that's why the ICE agents were allowed, have been given the authority to do whatever it takes. I think they're in like a survival mode, even because they're scared.
Well, I don't think they're scared, King Payne. I really don't. I think that they're empowered. They're empowered. Um, I'm just gonna say allegedly because I don't know specifically for sure. Okay. But it's been known that a lot of the Proud Boys and other white supremacist type people have joined on to ICE. It gives them the carte blanche to behave in an unprofessional, un-American manner. And if
And
we're supposed to follow the Constitution, it goes both ways. They have to honor our First Amendment rights just as we have
I,
to
I,
honor
I,
theirs.
hold on. I mean, do immigrants have First Amendment rights?
They do. Is something called due process in this country. Even if you're illegal, you're entitled to go through due process to get, to take care of this matter in a matter in which it's set up to be. That was the whole purpose of due process. Even illegal immigrants have the right to due process. But when you take somebody off the street, snatch their phone out of their hands. Look, one young man went into a store with his father because they were after his father, 16-year-old boy. They pinned the father down, put him in an illegal chokehold. The man is screaming at the officers because they've got his son down too. He's saying, he's a minor, please. He's a minor. He's a minor. They had this kid in a chokehold. To make a long story short, they took the father. The son, of course, was legal. They took that boy's phone. Do you know where they found that phone that same day?
Where?
A pawn shop. The ICE agent that took his phone sold it to a pawn shop. Another gentleman whose phone was, now they're not supposed to even be taking people's phones away. They get mad when you record, so they slap phones out of their hands. They grab the phones. That's illegal because people have the right to record, but they don't want to be recorded. They snatch phones out of people's hands. Another gentleman one of the agents took his phone. He found his phone in a vending machine. They dropped it in a vending machine. This is the mentality. Another video I saw were people protesting outside of the hotel where some of the ICE agents were staying at. And the ICE agents are 5 floors up, maybe 4 or 5 floors up, looking down at them in their plain clothes, laughing and whatnot at them. And one of them turns around and pulls his pants down and moons them. Pulls his pants back up, turns around, sticks his middle finger up at him, and they all walk away laughing. This is who's conducting ICE maneuvers and whatnot. I'm sorry, I can't get my words straight, but I don't have a problem with enforcement. It's just how it's done.
Wait. So wait, hold on. Like, so okay. So it just dawned on me. So th- okay. So you're only a citizen if you're born here. So there can be kids and teenagers who are immigrants too who are here illegally. So just because you're a child, does not exclude you. I mean, like, if you were not born in the U.S.
I'm not talking about the citizens or non-citizens.
No,
I'm just saying humanity, the
yeah, I
human
know. We get
side of it.
the humanity
That's where I
side.
have a problem.
No, we get the humane side. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the comment in the chat. Somebody was saying that
Oh,
some
okay.
people were 17
Okay.
and 18. I was like, yeah, you could be 17 and 18 and still be an immigrant. You could be a 5-year-old and be an immigrant. It does.
Sergeant King wants to know, girl, do you help blacks in your community? The fuck?
She helped me. She helped me a lot with my show coming up.
Worried about ICE? You wouldn't believe what I do
Eyes
for the
black.
blacks in my
Eyes black.
community.
She helped me. I vouch. I vouch for Auntie. I vouch for Auntie. She helped me. So that's all.
I mean, come
And
on.
and
If
I
you,
do a lot to help the community, and her helping me helps others. So I will say that. So yeah. Please be
yeah,
respectful in the chat, especially to my guests. When we're a family here. We try not to you know hurt people with our words, hurt each other with our words. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Respectfully.
and I
Absolutely.
agree.
And we're
I
just having a
agree.
conversation here,
Yeah,
we're just
yeah. There's
talking about,
no
like, I'm not fully informed. I'm just giving my opinion. She's giving
right,
hers.
and
And,
there's no animosity
there's no
here. I
animosity.
agree.
Absolutely. Like,
I
I
agree
love
exactly
having
what you're
conversations
saying.
with people and being
Hmm.
able to, have a conversation and nobody gets hurt. Like, tell me something and change my mind. I'm always like that to where I love it if somebody could come and talk to me and inform me and change my thoughts or my
Hmm.
feelings about
Yeah,
something. You know what I'm saying? You know,
absolutely.
I feel
Well,
like that's what real conversation does. It
it's the
redirects.
humane, it's the inhumanity that's involved. Now, one of the major things that really pisses me off, King Payne,
Hmm.
is that before that white woman was unalived, Renee Good,
Hmm.
remember her?
No,
Well,
I don't know. The last person, girl,
she was the
I don't know
she
about
was
no
the
white
one that they
person.
said she's the one that got shot in the head 3 times or four
Oh,
times
that's
something.
unfortunate. Oh,
Yeah. She was the first she was the beginning of this uproar that we're in right now.
ooh, I wish they would have done
However,
this with Sandra Bland.
how however, on December 31st, a black man by the name of Keith Porter was unalived in California on New Year's Eve night by an by a off-duty ICE agent. Okay, he went in the house because you know how people are on New Year's Eve, they're shooting their guns in the air, you know, that kind of thing. People celebrate New Year's Eve. And this was an apartment complex. This brother was celebrating like everybody else, popping his gun up in the air. I'm sorry to keep saying the GUN word, but anyway. Um, so this ICE agent here's this activity going on. He goes in his apartment, puts his uniform back on, and comes outside with his weapon and orders this man to disarm himself. And the brother's looking at him like, dude, are you? No, what are you talking about? He unalived the brother and then told the police that this brother shot at him 3 times.
So, can I ask you this, Auntie? Do you feel okay? Okay, because Sergeant King said the ICE agents are doing their job. Okay, do you feel like the ICE agents are, not doing? I mean, this is their job. Okay,
This
like,
is their job, yes.
I feel like the anger is kind of displaced. Think the people should be more mad at where the orders are coming from, as opposed to
That
the
too.
people that are carrying out the orders. They're doing their job.
Absolutely. I think there's enough blame to be had all around from the top to the bottom. Okay. However, the thing is, and what the point I wanted to make about this brother on December 31st, we don't hear nothing about him. It took a white woman to be unalived for this big ruckus to come about. Okay, that's when everybody became so infuriated. But where was that energy? Where was that anger when that young black man was taken from his children and lied on? They lied on him and said that he
Miss
shot at
Melinda,
them.
Do you want to click the link and tell us what's going on there in Minnesota? Minnesota, Melinda said that she's there in Minnesota, and the ICE agents are literally running rogue out there. I would love to hear from you, being that you're in Minnesota.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. All I hear is, what I'm telling you guys is from my research, what's in
Uh-huh.
the media. I haven't seen any of these clips that you're referring to. But I did a lot of research today on like ICE, the organization, and what they stand for, and Nicki Minaj's stance. So that's where my
Uh-huh.
commentary is coming from on today.
Right.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I do feel a little ill-informed when it comes to like the ICE brutality. I'm not really informed on that, but
Uh-huh.
I'm glad that you're here to let me know what's going on.
Uh-huh. Well, that's basically where I'm coming from. I don't have a problem with anybody doing their job. It's how you go about doing your job. And when you take the humanity out of it and start
Absolutely.
treating people like dogs on the street, then we got a whole
Yeah,
nother
the real
problem.
debate here is how we enforce the law fairly and humanely and constitutionally.
Correct.
That is the real debate. The real debate is not whether or not we should have ICE, because I believe that we should have ICE, because all
Absolutely.
countries do. It's the way
Absolutely.
that ICE is behaving and how they are enforcing the law. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, like I said, there was ICE here during the Obama administration, and you didn't see none of this happening. And he got more people out of here than any other president. They called him the deporter in chief.
But I feel like a lot of the anger is coming from who's in office and not what's going on. Like they're looking for any reason to be mad at Trump. Oh, Trump is doing this. Trump is doing that. Trump is doing it. Like the whole thing with the president. What is it? Brazil. What was the place where he abducted the president? The country where he
Oh,
abducted
Venezuela.
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 It's like the whole thing in Venezuela. There was so much outrage here in the U.S. about that, but the Venezuelans were celebrating
Did
because
you you
Trump
you
took out that corrupt dictatorship
well,
in
that
exchange for
some
oils and
people
something
feel
like
that
that.
he's no better.
But they said that they'd rather follow Trump than they follow the dictator. And in exchange for, because I guess Trump is doing it in exchange for oil. They said that people was taking their oil. They wasn't receiving the oil anyway. The
Well, you
dictator
know what?
taking all
You
the
know
money
what
from
Trump
oil.
did with that money? Trump got that oil, and the proceeds he got from that oil, he put away in a bank account in Qatar in his name,
Mm.
not in the country's name, but his name. Man, I mean, people can say what they will about the Trump is something else. I'm
Yeah,
just
according
gonna
to my
say,
research, they said there are some U.S. citizens getting caught up in the sweeps, but that's to be expected.
right.
If they're in these high concentrated areas, so they're targeting high concentrated areas with immigrants.
But the
So
sweeps, the sweeps are not the problem. It's when they go after protesters, that's when it becomes a problem.
yes,
And I mean, people are getting caught up in a lot of uh, animosity against protesters that are out there exercising their First Amendment rights,
uh,
and that's where it becomes a problem. Doing they're just doing the most,
it's
and
very
they're running rogue.
it's
They're
a very
running rogue.
that you got the anti-ICE people, you got the people protesting for ICE, you got it's the Trump
Uh-huh.
supporters going up against the ICE people. I mean the anti-ICE people, and there's the
Mhm.
ICE out there going against the anti-ICE protesters. It's,
Mhm.
it's it's a lot going on.
Yeah, and I'm not anti-ICE. I'm anti-unhumane. I don't believe in treating people like dogs, like garbage. And
And I'm just
unfortunately,
anti-ignorance. Like I've heard a lot of
exactly.
people saying that this is going to turn, like once they get rid of all the immigrants, they're going to start enslaving the blacks. Like, come on, y'all! Y'all
Uh,
take everything, everything does not go back to slavery. Like,
well,
come
and then
on,
this is a lot of fear too. See, the
yeah,
tactics that
fear
are being
mongering,
used
yeah,
are
fear mongering,
fear.
yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of fear is being had by several sides, but for the most part, I do believe that ICE is necessary. It is necessary. However, it's the way you go about it. It's just like a preacher in church. Every church needs a preacher, but we don't need a preacher that's in there sleeping with all the women in the church and, doing this, that, and the third and stealing the money and doing all this other stuff. But because he can preach good, we going to keep him. That's not,
Even if a preacher is sleeping with somebody in the church,
I'm just
and they
using that as
decide,
an
no, I'm saying,
analogy.
I was going to turn the conversation, and if and people decided to protest, they would protest outside the building and not
Outside.
in the church. Like I feel like
Exactly.
them going in the church was crazy.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that there were children in there as well, and those kids were traumatized. So you do have to consider the fact that, these people are in church. And as Christians, we're supposed to honor God,
Hmm.
honor Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you don't agree with how someone is honoring Jesus Christ, that doesn't mean you have to do the same thing they're doing to prove a point. So basically, what they did by going into that church, they went in there to protest a preacher that works for ICE and enforces that behavior that the ICE agents are committing out there. And they felt that that was not Christian like for a pastor to be preaching on Sunday and doing ICE activities on Monday through Friday. I get it. However, you don't go into the church, and
I don't.
disrespect the
But
the
how
the
does that
house of
make
God.
sense? How does that make sense? So a preacher can't be an ICE agent?
Well,
Like, what is he doing wrong?
he's overseeing the operation of, I guess, in Minnesota. I don't know the hierarchy
They're
there.
blaming him for the actions of the ICE agents out in the streets and what they're
Well,
doing.
there's a lot of people are looking the other way. They've been given permission by the president and those that support the president, Pam Bondi, this other lady, Gnomes, I think her name is Nancy or something like that. Gnomes. They support the behavior, and we all have a common goal. Okay, if you're not here legally, then you should leave. Or, I mean, at least if you've been here 10 years and if you haven't been able to get your stuff together by now, what's the holdup? But there's so many things that you could point out to show that they're preventing some of those people. I'm not talking about aliens or immigrants.
I
I'm
think there
talking
should be a
about
way.
US
I think there
citizens.
should be a way for immigrants that have gotten in here somehow illegally to stay. There should be a way for them to stay. But
Yeah.
overall, well, let me just address Ibiza's comment. Ibiza, you're absolutely right. I haven't looked at the videos and gotten into why people. The research that I've done it did include the videos that you guys are
Mhm.
speaking of. I heard about the unalivement in Minnesota, but I didn't get into it. I didn't do any research on it. I started getting into this topic with the whole Don Lennon and Nicki Minaj feud,
Mhm.
and yeah, that's what I said. Like the whole political thing is right now is everyone's getting into it. You can't escape it because even your favorite celebrities, your favorite musicians, they're all getting into politics. They're all talking about it now. So
Mhm. It's
I don't
it's a
know.
hot
I don't
topic.
know who put Sergeant King on timeout when I didn't tell anybody to put Sergeant King on time. Everybody's entitled to their opinion over here, as long as they're not being disrespectful. Um, yeah. So I don't know, Sergeant King. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't see anything that you did. Um, so yeah. However, I do appreciate your support. Speaking of support, we are a support-based platform, and I would really appreciate you if you guys hop out of the bushes and support the show. We are 2 trophies down. We have 6 trophies to go win. Help us meet our goals on today, and like this video and support. And if anybody would like to join this conversation, the link is in the chat. We're just chatting up here. Um,
I
we're
do
just
have one
talking.
thing I want to say to the chat, though. Come on, y'all. This man is trying to raise $500 to get this studio. And
Yay.
I haven't seen nobody come out of their pockets since I've been sitting in here. What has it been 2 hours or
Yes, friend.
more? Ain't nobody, it's going on 3 hours and ain't nobody gone in their pockets. I'm not trying to put nobody on the spot, but come on. If you can come here and chill, then support King Payne. He's trying to do something for this channel that's gonna benefit all of us. And the least one can do is to support the channel, support the show, support him. You know, he's got a goal here. A lot of content creators come on YouTube. All they do is come out here and talk, 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 and beg, 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 and ain't giving nothing in return of substance. This man is trying to do something of substance. Please, y'all, come out here and support this man. Check your PayPal, boo.
Thank you so much, Auntie Mickey. I appreciate you so much for that because I am trying to do something positive. I am trying to do something that no one else is doing, and it is hard sometimes because it's like okay, like for the past couple of days, I've been wrapped up in uploading footage, editing, networking, and I couldn't get onto the internet and do the live videos. But I was telling myself that this is bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like this is bigger than
Exactly.
that. And even though I'm taking a hit financially, because when I go live, girl, the girls pull up, honey.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
not only that is when I don't go live, YouTube kicks me out the algorithm. My numbers are low. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying? So it's
exactly.
like I I only could take so much time to even focus on even doing. That's why I really want to get the studio because that
Yeah,
takes like I took a whole day looking for studios and talking to the celebrity guests, trying to figure out when the best time for us to meet up and do this interview. And
yeah,
I could spend that time online with you guys. So that's why I'm just like,
right,
if I had the studio, I wouldn't have to do all of that. It just
right.
be easier, a lot
It's a
easier.
lot of work, and I don't think they don't understand or realize how much work goes into being a content creator. It's a lot of work. And sometimes we up all night trying to put a show together, so those that are watching are entertained and informed. And I'm just a firm believer that, hey, if you found a spot that you can call home, treat it like home.
I know that's right.
Treat
I
it
know
like
that's
home.
right. I like that. I'm still that. If you found the spot that you call home, treat it like home. Okay.
Okay? Yep,
Yes,
yep.
dear. Thank
Just
you so
don't
much,
treat it
Melinda.
anytime. But don't treat it like Maggie's Kitchen.
Oh,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
okay. I wouldn't treat nothing like Magic Kitchen. Okay. I
Mm-mm.
can't believe that's why are you even doing videos in your kitchen? Like clean it up
Who
or something.
knows?
You ain't
I
up in
don't
there
know.
cooking or nothing. Just bleeding
Nothing.
everywhere.
But I really appreciate the opportunity to come up and, give my take on it. And I know everybody may not agree. We can agree to disagree on some things, but we all human and we want to be treated humanely. And, even those that aren't supposed to be here, if they got to go, get them out of here humanely. They're not dogs. They're not animals, but I'm not standing in the gap for immigrants. I'm standing in the gap for humanity, for US citizens that are being targeted just because of the way they look or the color of their skin. That's racial profiling.
I feel like, in the climate like that, I mean, if they're deporting people, they're doing these sweeps, they're doing like if it were me, I would go back and try to come back legally. Like if you get
Right.
deported, you're going to decrease your chances of being able to come back. Like, and
Exactly.
then like a lot of them have the excuse, not excuse, reason, justification for being here because they were escaping, something,
Something from
uh,
there, yeah.
but they've been, in my opinion, they've been here so long to where whatever what you were running from, you should, it still should, it shouldn't be chasing you after all of this time. Go
Right.
back and
And
do what
fix
needs
it.
to be done and
Mm-hmm.
then come back to you. It's a much easier process, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
why haven't you done so thus far? You know,
Right.
like, why haven't you worked on your citizenship in all of these years?
Correct. But again, removing them out of that's a small amount of people in comparison to the others that are being impacted by all of this because of the behavior. It's in the behavior of the ICE agents that are out there enforcing. And someone's got to put a stop to it. We need ICE for that purpose. But we don't, I mean, do you see them going to the hood?
No,
You know why?
because there ain't no immigrants in the hood.
Okay, well, not only that, can you imagine the clapback?
Okay, that part.
They don't want that smoke. So there's a reason, there's a method to their madness. Okay. And it is just like a bunch of bullies that are going out there bullying people. You don't have to bully people to get the job done. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to drag people through the snow while their kids are in the house
Mm,
and dragging them away. There was a woman that they were dragging her through the snow, and she's saying, "My children are in the house. My children are in the house," and they're trying to take her, literally kidnap her. And she was a U.S. citizen, but she spoke Spanish. That
mm,
doesn't make you illegal. Give people an opportunity to a lot of people are walking around in fear, scared to come out of their houses, scared to go to work. Now farms are suffering because there's no workers on those farms because people are afraid to leave their homes, and a lot of these people are legal US citizens. And I think that the end just doesn't justify the means. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's it's like, okay, you've taken this thing into a whole nother level, and it's really doing more harm than what the intent was to be. The intent, I believe, is right. It's a righteous intent that you have to secure our borders, and if you've got to get rid of the illegals, get rid of the illegals. But you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that's where I stand on that. I don't disagree with having ICE. I just disagree with bullies. I don't like bullies. Just because you can doesn't mean it's right to do. If the administration has said, yeah, you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do, and we'll just have your back no matter what, that's giving them a license to misbehave, break the law, the whole nine, and they walk around with impunity. And that's a very dangerous place for this country to be in, because
Absolutely.
people are going to get tired and they're going to retaliate. And then what? We're going to have a civil war? I mean, where does it stop?
Yeah, there should definitely be somebody like policing the police. Policing the
Exactly.
agents. You know, uh, like I don't know. There should be some checks and balances in place. Absolutely. Um, and if there's not, that's very alarming.
And the other thing I found very ironic when we talk about this protest at the church, um, they said that the protesters should not have gone into the church, and I agree. You should have protested outside.
Yes.
However, ICE literally goes into churches. I
What?
mean, yes. Oh my God, they go into churches and they've shot chemicals into the faces of pastors and parishioners.
No, no.
Yes, they're running amok. The same behavior that they accuse those protesters of doing, they do 10 times worse when they go
I could
bombarding
never
into a
believe when I
church.
was watching the live with Don. I could not believe he was in there. He was
Mm-hmm.
in a church interviewing the
Mm-hmm.
congregants and the pastor and everything, like
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of it, like acting like he wasn't a part. You are. just as disrespectful as everyone in here. Your camera is disrespectful. Your presence is disrespectful. You being like nobody care that you doing whatever you're doing. I want you out the church. And even when he told him to leave the church, he
Yes, they
stayed in
should have
there.
left. They should have left. Exactly. I agree with that. They should have left.
That was
Personally, I
crazy
wouldn't have gone
for
in
him to
the
think that
first
he did
place.
nothing wrong, and for him to try to turn this all on Nikki. Like this has nothing to do with Nikki and everything to do with your own actions. You are part of the planning and all of that. Like you knew exactly what was going on. Like it's one thing to feel how you feel. It's another thing to go and break the law yourself.
Hmm. I agree. I agree. But, again, I would have, if they had done it right, there wouldn't have been that problem.
Yeah,
But in
no.
the same token, ICE has been running into churches left and right.
I think it diminished the what they were trying to do. Like if they would have stayed outside and did the protest,
Exactly.
it would have made more noise in the right way than it did what they did. It's so controversial now, and it's like
Right.
you're going into churches, bro. Like that's crazy.
Right. Right. And like I said, it's like both sides are starting to blur the lines. But, as long as people can stay peacefully protesting, and I sometimes question what the definition of peaceful is. What they don't want people to yell, they
Friend,
don't
this is
want
the
people to
funniest comment
scream.
I've seen all day. Imagine what the motherfucking living room look like if she doing videos from the kitchen. Oh my god. Okay, but imagine the rest of the house, like just the rest of the house. Period. If you're doing videos from your kitchen, like the kitchen is your best spot. Like that's crazy.
Oh, wait a minute. Ibeza said, even wait, I'm missing it. Where is it? She just said
This
something.
even the
Mickey, can you speak to the gentleman whose son just passed away, who was here legally and going to his check-in? Um,
what?
I'm not sure if I know about that one. I do know of a young man who was paraplegic, severely paraplegic. His father was his sole caretaker, and they came and took his father away, left him alone, and he just died. So there's a lot of loose ends that are not being tied up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If this was a regular police situation, a police officer would never leave children standing at a bus stop alone or in the house alone by taking their, they would make arrangements some shape, form, or fashion. If they got to call CPS to come get the children, but to just drive away, I mean, to get in someone's car. Yesterday I watched a video where they got some guy and they stole his car. I'm
mm,
like, what are we doing here? And then they're high-fiving each other and like they've done something. They're celebrating bad behavior, and it's so juvenile and it's so bullyish. But here's my
it
thing.
sounds like a bounty hunter. Like they are bounty hunters. Like they are
Exactly. But
chasing
here's the
down
thing.
slaves or something. Like that's crazy.
My only message to
Dang.
people that support this is that I want to see your tune when it happens to you or one of your loved ones, because people don't willfully walk into those situations. There was a family, a black family of six, four kids, two parents. There was a 6-month-old baby in that van, and they got kind of stuck in all the back traffic. They're trying to get home from a basketball game, taking all kind of turns and everything, trying to avoid the melee. They wind up stuck in traffic where all this activity's going on. An ICE agent takes one of those canisters, I guess it was I don't know what they call them, but they're very loud, a flashbang, and it was a smoke bomb of some kind. They throw it under the vehicle. It was so powerful, it deployed all of their airbags.
Mm.
The chemical gets into the vehicle. Long story short, the mother had to give that baby CPR because the baby could not breathe. They had to take the baby and two of the kids to the hospital. And these people hadn't done a thing but be sitting in their car because they're stuck in the process. They're stuck in the mess. This
Yeah,
is the
the way
kind of
that they are,
behavior.
it sounds like the way that they are detaining these people is very inhumane, and they should
Very.
definitely work on that. I also feel like the protests are counterproductive, and they should be doing something different.
Yeah.
Taking it to city hall and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
doing and finding an alternative. I don't feel like everyone should have to go, but I do
Right.
feel like the undocumented people need to be there. Needs
Mm-hmm.
to be some sort of method for them to go and get documented, especially
Yeah.
if you're not doing anything. You're not doing nothing wrong. You've been working X amount of years. You contribute
Mm-hmm.
to society. You got a family here.
Mm-hmm.
Go and get documented. Go and get
Right.
documents. There should be some kind of way or some sort of outlet to where these people can become citizens. You
Yeah,
know,
they're
or give
stopping
them some
people at
kind
the
of
door. They're
they're
stopping
not.
people at the
They're no
door.
no friend. They're not stopping them at the door. They already came in.
No, I'm saying as that when I say that, I say those that are scheduled to go to the immigration office
Oh, okay, okay,
to
okay.
get their situation resolved. ICE is stopping them at the door and hauling them away.
Mm,
I've got an appointment inside to get my papers straightened out, and they're hauling me away before I can even have a chance to go to my appointment. This is the kind of thing that they're doing. But I have another alternative, and y'all ain't as old as me. But I remember back in the 60s when Martin Luther King was marching. Okay. I was a little girl, but I remember the bus boycott that they conducted down in Mississippi, I believe it was the Mississippi bus boycott. When people don't bend the way you want them to bend, you have to go another route and hit them in the pockets. So maybe if people start boycotting instead of going out there and give kind of playing into the hands of the bullies,
that's absolutely what they should do because they
boycott, hit
contribute
them in the
so much.
pocket.
They contribute
Yes,
so much to, like, I'm not saying that immigrants don't contribute. Like they play a large part in farming and agriculture, and like they're never going to get rid of all immigrants. Let's be very
right,
clear because
right.
they're doing so much as far as you know production, like putting food in our homes and
Hmm.
and things like that, and furniture,
Yeah,
and just everything, like they're like they contribute so much to everyday society.
that's
uh,
true. That's
like
true.
they bring like the skills over, like the leather working and all like they're so innovative, like they anyway. They need to exactly protest, like they need to stop going to work, stop doing what
Yeah,
they're doing, stay home. They should
yeah.
stay home and to sit out
Hmm.
from everything and for a while, and just that
Yeah.
that will be the best way. Hit them in the pockets,
Hit
and then
them in the
we
pocket.
stop this shit real quick. They'd be like, "You let
That's
them
right.
stay." Matter of fact, let's get them all registered. Yeah,
Okay. That's
let
right. That's right.
them
Have a
stay.
whole day of getting them straight while they're at home boycotting.
hmm They
But
should
it
have like some
works.
sort of app or something to where they should just be able to go on their phones and
Yeah.
start registering and start going through the process. They shouldn't have to go and
Hmm.
all the way down there. They should be able to go on their phones and start the process, and then uh,
Yeah.
schedule appointment or something. I think that it's very dangerous. Going up to the facility undocumented right now. Um,
Right.
with ICE being outside. But I seen this app online to where they were like, oh, you can self deport, and they have like this app to where like they can go and register to self deport. But they should use that same app to kind of figure out the ones that are eligible to stay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what will make you eligible to stay? I don't know.
Well, it depends. How
Slippery
long have they
slope.
been here? How much? I mean, because they still pay taxes. They're contributing to
How they
the
still pay
economy.
taxes?
If there's they can still pay taxes. You can be here illegally on a visa. Maybe your visa has expired. You
Mm,
see what I'm saying? Things like that. But this isn't just, people that have crossed the border and snuck in and, they're trying to get in where they can fit in. They're going after anyone who is no longer legal.
yeah.
And that could be because of a number of reasons. One would be a visa expiring.
Mm,
And sometimes you just got to stay on top of business now. But for the people that are legal and being singled out in a crowd because of the skin color, that's way out of line. It's way
that
out of
is because
line.
Americans look like we all they just know, like we're so diversified. Like,
But
like
they're not going up to white people. They're only going up to people of color.
yes.
They're approaching people of color. And then not just black people or Africans,
Mhm.
we're talking Mexicans, Latinos, Asians, anyone that is non-white.
Well, what about the the people from Australia?
Yeah,
I'll be calling
they
them
ain't going
Austrians,
up
but
to them.
my Australian friends said it's not they're not Austrians, it's something else. I can't. I always
I
be
know what you
saying,
mean. I know
I be,
exactly what you mean. The
I'll be
ones that
fucking
blend
up.
in with the white folks. I
Yeah.
I understand. They ain't going after them. They're not going after them. How many illegals do we have from Norway? How many illegals do we have from Italy? I
So
mean,
here's
we
my
could break it
question.
down like
Okay,
that.
here's my question. If you're not basing it upon like the look, okay, because that's one way this to kind of identify like this person is possibly an immigrant. What do you base it off of?
Accent. They're using accents as well.
Okay, if you don't base it off for that, what do you base it? How do you tell if someone's illegal? You just, I'm
If
sure they're
you
asking them, and then,
Well, yeah, and there's a way to go about it. If you feel that someone might be illegal,
mm-hmm,
first of all, use plain and common sense. If they're working a government job, chances are, you know what I'm saying? Chances are they're legally allowed to be here. You see what I'm saying? You can't have a government job and you don't have citizenship. Is that possible? I mean, they're going into elementary schools, dragging teachers out. They showed up at my grandson's school right up here in Washington State, and
mm,
they had to shut the school down because they were about to come into that elementary school and walk those hallways until they could find whoever they could find. It's getting to the point where you're victimizing people now.
yeah, definitely sounds like uh, it definitely sounds like a toxic, a very toxic situation.
It
It's
really is.
crazy.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
it's crazy. It's hard to fathom almost. Um, yeah, it's very crazy, friend.
Yeah. We went through this in the 60s with black people. Now it's everybody.
Hmm.
Welcome to our world. Black folks been saying this for a long time. That hey, you guys are screaming about something we've been screaming about for years. And now you guys understand where we coming from, you
Hmm.
know. But I don't want to take up no more of your time. I want to thank you for allowing me to be on your platform and talk about this. I've been talking about it on my channel for the last 2 weeks.
Really, I'm
So
gonna go check it out.
yeah,
Whenever you guys get a chance, make sure that you guys check out Auntie Mickey's channel right here on the YouTube.
I
Okay, and I want to thank
appreciate
you
you.
so much for your support. When I got your PayPal, thank
All right,
you.
400
Okay,
more.
yeah, okay,
Let's
400 more. We
Come
went
on, y'all. Get
close.
with the get right. Could get with the get right. He needs
One step.
$500.
Yes, it
We need
did.
somebody to start chipping in. Come on now.
Okay.
All
Yes.
right. I love you, sweetheart.
Love you
And I
too.
will go back down to the chat and chill.
Okay, I'm period.
All right, love. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, you heard Auntie Mickey win. We've got quotas to meet win. Y'all like this video, and remember to support win. Gather in close, gather in close. Let me go through these receipts win. And then we're gonna wrap it up. We ain't gonna be here all day. Like this video and remember to support again. Special shout out to Auntie Mickey, okay, for supporting the show. We're one step closer to getting that studio win. We're one step closer to getting that studio. You guys hop out of the bushes and remember to support. Okay, on period. We're trying to get a studio. Yes, it is. Okay. So again, for the girls in the back, okay, the real debate. Okay, the real debate here is, you know, how we enforce the law fairly, humanely, and constitutionally. Now that we talked about ICE for a minute, when okay, on period. Okay, hold on. Let me just go over some of the facts when it comes to ICE. Okay. So, ICE is very important. ICE is very important. Okay. All countries have a system like ICE. Okay. So, ICE is the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement system. Okay. ICE exists to enforce federal immigration and custom laws inside the United States. Okay, big picture. It's about who is allowed to be here and under what conditions, and enforcing laws tied to that. So here's the breakdown. ICE's mission is to identify, investigate, detain, and remove people who violate the United States immigration laws and to combat cross border crimes tied to immigration and trade. ICE operates under the Department of Homeland Security. Okay. ICE has two main divisions: the ERO, the Enforcement and Removal Operations. This is the part that most of you all know, the part that we all hear about, the part that's making the news. Okay. The Enforcement and Removal Operations. Okay. Their role is to arrest and detain non citizens who violate immigration laws, carry out deportations slash removals ordered by immigration courts. They target people with prior deportation orders, criminal convictions, immigration status violations, overstays, illegal entries, etc. Okay, and this is where the controversy usually lives. Okay, people saying that they're being targeted based upon, you know, uh, their ethnicity and the way that they're looked. And according to ICE, this is not the case. They're targeting people based upon their immigration status. Again, prior deportations, criminal convictions, overstays, illegal entries, whether or not they're supposed to be here. Okay. And the second department is HSI, which is Homeland Security Investigations. This is the law enforcement slash investigative arm and is often overlooked. They investigate human trafficking and smuggling, drug trafficking, child exploitation, cyber crimes, financial crimes, weapons trafficking, trade fraud, sanctions violations, and etc. HSI agents often work jointly with FBI, DEA, ATF, and local police. Why ICE exists at all? ICE was created in 2003 after 9/11 when the United States restructured immigration enforcement under DHS. Okay, you guys all remember 9/11, right? What happened on 9/11? This is part of the reason that ICE is so important to prevent terrorist attacks like 9/11 from ever occurring or happening again. I think we all can agree that ICE is extremely important. The idea was separate border security, CBP, from interior enforcement and investigation, ICE. So CBP equals borders, airports, and ports of entry, and ICE equals inside the country. So ICE is not only to protect our borders, but also to protect within the country. Okay, to get the immigrants, the illegal immigrants, out. Okay. Why ICE is so controversial? Supporters say ICE enforces the law, targets criminals and traffickers, protects national security, but critics say ICE deports nonviolent immigrants, separates families, uses aggressive or opaque tactics, and operates with too little oversight. And that tension is exactly why protests like the one at the church happened. My. You know, the one with Don Lemon running into the church like a chicken with his head cut off, running all around the church, being disruptive for the sake of journalism. What are your thoughts? ICE's purpose is to enforce immigration laws and investigate serious crimes tied to immigration and cross border activity inside the U.S. Whether people see that as necessary law enforcement or harmful overreach depends heavily on politics, personal experience, and values. My. So, what are the dangers of ICE not enforcing the law? Okay, potential dangers of ICE not enforcing the law, erosion or rule of law. If federal immigration laws exist but aren't enforced at all, laws start to feel optional. That's not good. We got everyone not following the law. Courts, judges, and legal processes lose credibility. It creates a precedent where enforcement depends on politics and not statutes. That's dangerous in any legal system, immigration or otherwise, and no other country is doing it. The expectation for America to not enforce its immigration laws is absurd and will make us vulnerable to attacks and terrorist threats and attacks like 9/11. Public safety gaps, real but often misused in arguments. While most undocumented immigrants are not violent criminals, ICE enforcement does intersect them. Okay. A lot of these people are connected to the cartel and etc. And they have this organized community where they all support each other and look out for one another. You know, they intersect a lot of times. People who have serious criminal convictions, gang activities, human trafficking networks. Um, if enforcement collapses entirely, some dangerous individuals may avoid removal altogether. Victims of trafficking and exploitation may go unidentified. Criminal organizations benefit from weak enforcement. Criminal organizations like the cartel, uh, 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 sex trafficking organizations, drug trafficking organizations, they benefit when ICE does not enforce the law. People die, people go missing. There has been a lot of criminals that have been taken off of the streets because of ICE enforcing the law. This is the law. This is the legal system here in the United States. The law is the law. And, the risk of not, you know, enforcing the law is often exaggerated, but there isn't no risk at all. There is a significant risk to not enforcing these laws. It is literally an incentive for organized crime. You know, it makes us look weak or inconsistent, okay, and increases human smuggling, empowers cartels and traffickers, and drives up exploitation of migrants, forced labor, sex trafficking, and etc. When legal pathways aren't enforced or respected, black markets fill those gaps. Okay. There will be a strain on local communities, okay, if federal enforcement disappears. Local governments absorb the cost, schools, healthcare, housing, cities and states get pulled into enforcement debates they didn't choose, okay? This creates friction between federal, state, and local authorities. This is why some cities resist cooperating with ICE, but still expect federal responsibility to exist. Backlash and political whiplash. Historically, when enforcement drops sharply, public trust drops, voters swing hard the other way, and leads to overcorrection, harsher laws, mass raids, zero tolerance policies. Ironically, no enforcement often leads to worse enforcement later. My. So, why do people still oppose ICE? Okay. People still oppose ICE. Okay. Um, because how it's enforced, who is prioritized, due process. Shout out to Auntie Mickey, and human cost. You know, they're breaking up families. Okay, there are people here seeking asylum. And then many of them are non-violent residents. So the real debate again isn't enforce the law versus don't. It's smart, targeted, humane enforcement versus blanket arrest, aggressive enforcement. And I personally believe that they should have enough bodies to operate in such a manner. They should be doing having smart, targeted, humane sweeps. I mean, that's what I imagine is going on versus blanketed, targeted, aggressive attacks. Because, from Auntie Mickey's testimony, that's what it sounds like. With the amount of law enforcement, they say that they work alongside the FBI, the police department, the DEA, etc. They should be able to go into these communities and do a clean sweep without any uh uh police brutality, violence, or deaths. Bottom line, the danger of ICE not enforcing the law is loss of rule of law, increased criminal exploitation, public safety, blind spots, political instability, and backlash. And the danger of ICE enforcing poorly, as you guys can see, is civil rights violations, community in fear, okay, undermine trust, and moral and constitutional issues. And these topics, okay, are exactly why this keeps exploding, okay, and why journalists, protesters, churches, and courts are all colliding at this moment, because this literally intersects with all, facets. Like I said, it's hard to ignore these days. It's everywhere when everyone has an opinion when it comes to politics. We're living in a new time where, when people, you know, tend to run away from the politics, more people are, being vocal. But what I am saying is that there's an overall fear to like take a stance and to really say how you truly feel. A lot of people are going with the flow and are not, you know, um, formulating their own opinion. And, that's scary. That's very scary that there's a lot of, um, you know, mindless people, people who don't think independently. Is what I'm trying to say. Not so much mindless. Um, but yeah, politics again is supposed to not be so black and white, um, or you know this side that side, but you're supposed to vote according to what aligns with you. Oh, dinner is ready. Okay. My dinner ready late tonight, but dinner ready. Okay, okay. Again, no country has a policy that allows Americans or anyone to enter illegally. Okay. Every country controls its borders and immigration laws. Okay, on period. If an American enters another country without permission, it is considered illegal entry, just like it is in the United States. Okay. If you try to enter another country illegally, okay, there will be consequences. There are consequences worldwide. Okay, common consequences include immediate detentions, fines, deportation, entry bans, often 3 to 10 years, criminal charges in some countries, and even imprisonment. Okay, real world examples. Japan. Okay. Japan has very strict immigration enforcement. Okay. Overstays or illegal entry equal detention, deportation, and a multi-year ban. No sanctuary cities, no court delays. Australia, mandatory detention for unlawful non-citizens. Offshore processing in some cases, deportation even for minor visa violations. Oh, why y'all not outraged with Austria? My. Canada, illegal entry, detention, removal proceedings, entry bans, asylum claims still processed, but enforcement is firm. My. They throwing people in jail up there in Canada too. Europe, illegal entry means detention, deportation, Schengen-wide ban blocks entry to 26 countries. Oh, you enter Europe illegally, you can't go to motherfucking 26 other motherfucking countries. You banned everywhere, bitch. You gotta go live in the motherfucking ocean. Lord, Mexico. Americans who overstay or enter illegally are detained, fined, deported, and sometimes banned, dogger. Good. So what we supposed to do with everybody else is fining, deporting, detaining, banning, but we just supposed to let the illegals stay. Oh, okay. Again, because they were letting the illegals stay. 9/11 happened. My. Reality check much. The US is actually more permissive than most countries because it allows lengthy court processes, permits asylum claims after entry, has sanctuary jurisdictions, offers due process protections. Many countries detain first, sort it out later, and move much, much faster than the United States and offer fewer legal challenges. Okay. So In comparison to all the other countries, America has the most lenient policies when it comes to immigration. You go and do this shit in any other motherfucking country, the results will be drastically different. In countries where they don't have the right to protest and freedom of speech and due process. I'm just saying. Yeah, TAC is a death sentence in most of these motherfucking countries. Yeah, they lock your ass up for life for a little piece of TAC. That's why I ain't going nowhere when you couldn't trick me to go to motherfucking none of these places if you paid me, girl. I'm fine. I'm building my empire right here. Okay, okay. Yes, it did. Yes. Y'all remember to like this video and support this video. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, PayPal if you want to do it. Where my people at? Where my people at? Yes, it did. Crown Family, where you at? Where my trophies at? Remember to like this video. The number today is 12. Gather in close. Gather in close. What's going on? What's going on? You can't even get into Australia if you don't have enough money to cover the amount of days that you're going to be there. They will turn you around and not let you enter. I know that as a fact. Lord, you gotta have money. You gotta have money to enter that country. This country is in danger of facing a civil war. We are so divided. A civil war. Friend, I don't think we that divided win. Okay, on period. Who gonna be fighting? My people ain't fixing to fight in no more wars. Okay, on period. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. We ain't doing that. Y'all be fired. They could be fired by themselves. Okay, on period. What the fuck we fired for? What we fight over? Our freedom? I wish the whole would come tell me they think I should be in chains. Bitch, please. Think I'm gonna fight over you because with you because we're not fighting, ho. Bitches is getting canceled these days. Weird. Bitches getting canceled. Fuck you talk about? You just get a straight canceled weird. Right? What? Motherfuckers going back. I go big people going back in their head weird. Okay, old period. That's why you gotta remember the past so we don't repeat it. We ain't repeating no shit like that. Weird. I was a whole whoop a silk never. You ain't repeating no shit. I just say, hey, girl, you do it. You do it. You go fight. You go fight. Shit. But I'm a child of God. Okay? Shit. Y'all like this video, like this video, like this video. Remember, I'm a child of God. Okay? Fighting was the whole thing. I should be in a motherfucking what? Good. back to the receipts. Okay, over here. Like the video, like the video. Remember to support. Important nuances. Okay, on period. Illegal entry equals no rights. Oh, even abroad, Americans usually get consular access, basic legal protections, but they do not get to stay just because they cross the border. Okay. And unlike America, when you go to these countries and you enter legally, guess what? You don't have no rights. Ain't no fucking due process. Weird. You're not treated kindly or fairly. You're a criminal. You're an illegal immigrant, and you're not supposed to be here. That's how they treat you. Bottom line, no country again allows illegal entry, not Americans, not anyone. Most countries enforce immigration laws faster and more strictly than the US. The global norms is enter illegally enter legally or leave. This comparison is exactly why immigration debates often turn into fairness and rule of law arguments. People instinctively compare how Americans are treated abroad versus how the U.S. treats non-citizens, and that's my point. That is my point. Okay, as an American, you can't go anywhere. Okay, um, you can't go anywhere. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like illegally. You know what I mean? No one can have to follow the laws of the land. And depending on where you're located geographically, there's different laws depending on the borders that you would reside within. So, pretty much, okay, ICE boosts national security, um, and enforce immigration custom laws. And every country does some version of this to protect its citizens and sovereignty. Um, a clean way to say it is all countries enforce immigration laws to control who enters, who stays, and who must leave. The U.S. uses ICE along with CBP to do that inside the country. So, a few important clarifiers so that it stays accurate. National security um, stops people who pose real risks, terrorism, trafficking, organized crime. Rule of law, enforcing laws passed by Congress, not ignoring them. Public safety, removing certain non citizens with serious criminal convictions. Sovereignty, deciding as a nation who has legal permission to be here. And y'all voted for this. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Look at how North Korea sent back that American man who died weeks later after being detained for touching a picture on the wall in the hotel. What? I'm not fighting Latinos love trauma. Oh, didn't they? Oh, I could have. Yeah, wasn't it a thing? Wasn't it a thing? Oh, I remember that. I remember that campaign when I think it was a little thing. I think it was a little thing when no one thinks we shouldn't protect our borders. This is about government agency operating with almost zero accountability. Okay, absolutely weird. You know, what I will say is I feel, after the conversation today, my understanding of what's going on is a little surface level. When it comes to Minnesota um, and what's going on in Minnesota. And I will do more research and we'll talk about this some more. Um, but overall, I feel like I'm off to a good start when it comes to understanding ICE and their purpose. And, moving forward, knowing what ICE is supposed to be doing, how they're supposed to be operating, will allow me to identify, um, impartially, when they're operating outside of their authority, if you know what I mean. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yeah, I said that. I said that. I said that weird. Yes, it did. Gather close. Y'all like this video? Like this video. Look, friend, we've been live almost 4 hours. When okay on period, and we did that. This was a good conversation. When okay on period, we'll talk more later. Okay on period. I'll be back later on tonight with content critter news. You guys make sure that you guys subscribe to the Receipts Only channel. I love you all with the love of Jesus, but I gotta get out of here. Until next time, thank you all for watching, and we'll talk soon. When comment, comment, comment. I'll be reading your comments when I'll be doing my research when, and we'll figure out what's going on down there in Minnesota. You know, one thing I will say about Don Lemon, okay, um, I believe that we as journalists, okay, sometimes are opinionated. And with these platforms, oftentimes we have a lot of power and influence. And I feel like it's our duty to stand for something or fall for anything. In this line of work, you have to be willing to stand for something or fall for anything. I feel like what Don Lennon did was very courageous. But I feel like he's taking zero accountability for using his platform to to you know using his platform for its own agenda. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you believe that something is wrong and you could have the power to somehow shed light, bring awareness, correct an injustice via using your platform, then you have the right. But you have to be willing to you know roll with the punches, take the consequences, and whatever else comes with it. You know what I mean? Like, you broke the law. The law is the law. It's like, if you know that the law is not right. It's like when Martin Luther King and they were protesting for civil rights and they were being arrested. They weren't, you know, they weren't, you know, masking uh what they were doing or hiding behind some journalistic coat. They were standing up for what's right. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. I'm trying to put into words what I'm feeling, but you get it. You get the gist of it when you get the gist of it when, and then again now he's using he's using this platform. I feel in malicious way to attack Nicki Minaj. Um, I I feel like yeah, and she's being petty too. No shade. Um, I'm gonna just put a pin in it right there, and we'll talk more about this later. Okay, because girl, once I start to rant and win, we'll be here another hour. Okay, until next time, I love you all with the love of Jesus. Support on the way out. Support on the way out. Win, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye now. Thanks for watching. You guys were amazing. We had nice chatting with you. And I hope that a few more you guys click the link next time because I love to talk to the crowd. Until next time, adios and good night.